And time for another Wearded Beirdos podcast. As a warning to those with zero sense of humor, or are otherwise little bitches, please stop listening now. Dr. Chadder and the bearded techie will most certainly cross lines of moral decency that are well beyond the average shit and fart joke you may be used to. The show is unscripted and in the moment, so who knows what will fall out of their dirty little mouths. That being stated, please give them a thumbs up, subscribe, and feel free to chime in on the conversation with a comment. Additionally, you may join their mailing list at weirdedbeirdos.com and be automatically entered in future contests and free giveaways. If you are willing to call in, send a text to 530 YouTube with your name and topic, and we may give you a call. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the funniest duo in their personal universe, the Wearded Beirdos.
On a bar below.
And the P.O. box, too.
Oh, yeah, I need to put that on the... Because I was going to... set up like the LLC and all stuff for the album.
Okay.
And just use that address and put that on the...
Yeah.
Start just making that our point of contact when we send it out for stuff and have it sent there.
So, hello, everybody.
So,
Hi.
we're live, and for some odd reason the table got narrower because I can feel Steve's knee. I don't know if that's purposeful or... I mean, I miss you too.
I'm glad you think it's my knee.
I mean, I didn't really look.
Okay, you don't have to. We can keep it a mystery.
That works. But why would you be that excited where it reaches under the table? We need to stop, you guys. That's too early in the conversation.
Yeah. Well,
having that. But we don't have a guest today.
if your leg starts feeling wet, then you know why.
I appreciate that. So we're supposed to have a sex therapist that was supposed to come on, but then I reached out to her yesterday, and she's like, "No, I'm in 3 days into a 4-day event, so can we reschedule?" So hopefully she'll come on next week.
Oh,
I think that'll be
fun.
Yeah, some really interesting conversations.
Yeah.
I'm just really curious on
4-day event?
like
Sex therapy event?
be like an orgy. I don't know what that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like an orgy?
I don't want to go into it. Yes.
This is therapeutic. She's
That would be
therapeutically...
fun to listen to.
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
That's
What
too
happened in
much.
4 days?
That's too
I'm
much.
chafed.
That's like that's professional grade stamina.
Use it as teaching material.
Yeah, because I'm always like curious on how, like as a sex therapist, first of all, what leads you down that path to be that in the first place? That takes a lot of. It kind of goes like where we talk about like music. It's one thing to create the music, another thing to put it out there for people to ridicule you. To be a sex therapist, you got to have a certain level of ego. To one, people have to trust you.
Yeah.
And then how do you...
I feel like she was probably like, well, I was going to be a life coach. But then it seemed like a really dense space to get into. So I modified it a little bit and focused in on one area of life.
That kind of makes sense. Because like a lot of the go ahead. Or inhale, or you just wait and you exhale.
Good one. I'm thinking
Zing.
like, how do you get into a field like that? Do you have to have some kind of like education to back it up, or is there a certain license that you have to get?
I don't know.
Or do you just come with...
I think there probably is, because I know that even hug therapists have to be state approved.
To hug people?
Yeah. Anything that involves like touching have to be. Like there's cuddle therapists too. Like you just get into bed and cuddle with them, and they gotta have a state approval.
That's what we need. We need a guest that is a professional cuddler. Like, how do you just lay there and... How many minutes are we in yet? I don't want to like...
Well, yeah, because there's got to be like dudes who get in there and just like, oh my god, this feels so good, and then they're probably like, what is that? No, it's my mag light. I carry it with me everywhere.
That's my cuddle adapter.
Yeah, because I feel like that could turn into like a desperately awkward situation.
Well, yeah, because remember, did they have teen dances when you were kids? Still,
yeah,
yeah, and you go to like or a prom or what, and you dance with a girl. I don't know how. And I don't know if we get dinged, we get
Fuck
dinged.
it. Send it.
So
Fucking
it's
sender.
one of those things where, as a teenager, you learn to slow dance with your back arched because you got a boner, and if you're a decent dancer, you're wearing like the dress slack or a loose fitting pair of jeans because jeans are too tight to be. I grew up during like the MC Hammer.
Well, that's very polite of you.
Days. Well, I don't want to be like, oh my god, the whole time his little germ was driving into my leg.
Well, yeah. For me, I would intentionally just like rub it on their leg and be like, "Yeah, all me, baby." Don't fucking make it an awkward silence.
Why you look? She was here too. She didn't say anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm
That
just
is
saying, like,
awkward.
Well,
I was fucking like a teenager. And it's just
That's
like,
a Me Too moment.
You once said, "No, it's not."
This is your fault.
No, it's not.
If I gotta be
We're
uncomfortable,
close and we're dancing, and
but it'd be a person like you just met. Hey,
no, it's not like a person I've never seen before.
hey, because back then you were the unbearded take. So it's like, hey, unbearded, would you like to dance?
Women who I knew were already interested in me, so I'd say they enjoy it.
So you assume that because she was interested in you, she wanted to feel your erection on her thigh.
That's my thinking at the time. I was so horny that I thought, how could anyone else not be as horny as I am? So I was thinking,
I think that in that moment, yeah, we're all
because I was just
like
thinking,
that, but then you can't.
I was like, because I was having a good time. I was just thinking, well, if she's having as much fun as I am, she's gonna love this.
So what was a slow dance? Because we're different generations. So what were like the songs? Like me, it had been like,
Oh, fucking like Usher,
okay, so
stuff like that.
slow jams. I can't think of any.
R&B.
Okay, so you're slow dancing with a white girl, I'm assuming.
Yeah, this was a small town, so not very much diversity.
Okay.
I think there was one black family, and they were too dark for me. Not that I'm a racist or have anything against, like,
Too dark is to be friends.
too dark to be attracted to them.
Oh, see, they use that's racism right there. You use volunteer racist stuff.
Well,
They were
no,
just too dark to,
You've told me the exact same thing. Okay, so you cannot use that against me.
They were just too dark to be my friend. I'm just not attracted to.
It's not that they were too dark to be my friend. I was fine being friends with them. They were just too dark for me to be attracted. And plus, they were weird. They lived in a trailer like out in the outskirts of town, and their family was really weird. So they were weird
They
people.
were poor black trash. Is that what you're saying?
They were just weird people. They didn't talk. They fucking, I mean, at the time, because, you don't think about things like that at the time, but they always stunk and their clothes were never washed. And it's like, now looking back at it, it's like, oh, well, they were in fucking poverty. They probably didn't have access to these same types of things. They probably had to go into the laundromat and couldn't afford to do it very
Steve,
often.
that's called cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter? No. Like, I'm talking about
Like,
like
I can smell this weird, like coconut type of smell. Like they
Baby oil.
stunk.
a heavy piss aroma is what I'm getting
I
at.
smell like chitlins and hot sauce. Like hot sauce is okay, but not as a cologne.
Okay, well, first of all, white people don't know what chitlins smell like. Just saying, in general. No white guy's gonna be like, hey, you smell like chitlins.
They smell like shit. Essentially, you can't.
Is
cook
that
them.
like intestines?
Yeah.
Intestines. I like your pronunciation on that.
Intestines.
No. So yeah, there was not very much to choose from. I don't even think there was any Asian women there. Yeah, it was
sure.
It's just, yeah, there's none that come to that I can think of in my memory.
Okay. Where would you go to school? This is in Colorado or in Michigan?
Michigan. This
Okay.
was in Tawas.
Okay, we'll look up the population of Asian people. But I grew up where it's pretty much only black and white. I remember going back and looking at old yearbooks and like, oh, there's a couple Asians in my class. I'm an asshole because I don't know who they are. I don't even remember them being there. I was being racist.
Maybe.
So we had like exchange students, and that was it. That's the only ones I remember.
Yeah,
they also stood up. Maybe I just didn't care about the other ones.
Maybe they were too short for you to see.
Possibly. Get bumping into my penis. Every time I try to dance
They were
with
too
them,
short. I think you'd notice them.
That's why their eyes are slanted to guard against that kind
Oh, so sorry. I'm so racist. I'm sorry.
Stupid.
yeah, the only exchange student we had was from Norway, so she was obviously very pasty as well.
What's a what are they? Norwegian?
Norwegian.
What would be a Norwegian accent to make fun of? How come nobody makes fun of those accents?
Because it's a very tough accent to mimic.
I don't think they're represented well in American media.
Because you got to think the entire Norwegian population and the size of the country is probably like, the equivalent to, maybe Oregon. The entire country of Germany can fit inside the state of Oregon. I was trying to say that fucking last week, but that lady wouldn't let me into the fucking conversation for half a second. It's okay. She was like, yeah, their population over there. I was like, yeah, but yeah, okay. And then by the time I could speak, it was like way too far past what I wanted to say to even bring it up, because it's just like, remember 10 minutes ago when we were talking about the size of the country? Interesting fact.
That's how I felt about the whole
the entire
her partner thing.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we tried to bring it in, and she just deflected. And a friend of mine was saying that from listening to the show, we were talking the other night, and she was like, "Yeah, you guys, I think you said something on the show about not being a big, huge, like trans community in Denver. It's like it's really huge." I was like, "Yeah, I apologize for." Yeah, that's how people made them feel that way, but I'm just not tapped into that.
Well, yeah, and there's such a small percentage of the population that it's, if you're not already, cycling into those social groups, that how do you?
Right.
I mean, if you don't already know someone who's trans or gay, the likelihood of you actually meeting someone that's not just by happenstance is probably pretty low.
Agreed. Because I have 2 friends here that I know are openly gay, and yeah, again, they don't like, hey, I'm going out to the trans club tonight, you want to go? Like, it's not my thing, and I think it's more of we're not close enough to be invited to that. But I would think that.
Well, would you want to be invited?
I've been okay. I had hide and seek used to be in the Springs. I dated a girl that had her like BFF was gay, and so we would go to those clubs, but they play actual dance music. If you go to a straight club now, they play just weird, stupid music. I mean, it's danceable, but they actually play club dance music in gay clubs, or they did 20 years ago. That's how long it's been since I've been to a gay club.
Do they allow breakdancing in those clubs?
Can you breakdance?
No, I just assumed you could.
Wow.
Can't all black people dance?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's more of an Asian thing.
Breakdancing?
Breakdancing.
Oh, well, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I can windmill and...
See what I mean? I knew it! I fucking knew it!
But yeah, but now, like you said, what's the new craze that's popping up? I saw it. It's white people doing a very unrhythmic version of 90s hip-hop moves. I don't know what it's called. It's like if you took Riverdance and hip hop and then added no rhythm to it. It's these people.
That just makes me think
videos all over the place.
Have you seen Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
You know that scene where he's like popping and locking, and it's like absolutely awful. That's the average white person's attempt at being.
Yeah, and that's what these videos are. They were on. They almost look like they all met at a fitness class.
Do you think we could show that?
Take this on the road.
That's that scene.
We have to talk over it, but that's the problem. That's how we got dinged. So we got. It's not. I think I took it off of the podcast version, the audio version.
Okay.
But we had the Call of Duty. We were having a conversation about it. And we watched the Call of Duty video. But we didn't talk enough because some of it we talked through, and it didn't bother us because when it hits you with a copyright, I don't know what's the term I'm looking for. A copyright.
Okay.
Infraction. You click on the link and it'll highlight just that area. It'll ask you, hey, do you want us to delete this part? And so it'll delete and just smash it. So I extended it to where it could be cut off in the video, where it doesn't even show up at all. So I can go back before and conversation. But it was only like a minute and a half of it where we weren't talking. That they were trying to say that we infringed Call of Duty as the game. So as long as we talk over it enough.
Okay, so this is Leonardo DiCaprio doing his popping and locking in the celebration marriage scene in Wolf of Wall Street. Oh shit! Hold on, we need the music.
Sure do. First of all, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's horrible.
Oh gosh, look at that.
So
it's not horrible.
No.
At least he had confidence doing it.
I feel like we should be able to find like an actual get a professional.
And he was trying to make that look.
Oh,
good.
absolutely.
That's what's sad. You're not that good of an actor, Leo. Nothing.
That definitely looked like an improv.
Next time I hang out with Leo, we're gonna talk about that.
I wonder if we got him on the show, how many viewers we'd have.
Oh, that'd be ridiculous.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh my God, we'd be famous overnight.
We're trying to get. I can't even get a sex therapist as nobody. So come on, so.
Okay, all right.
And what is this?
This is just what popping and locking should look like.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, that's crazy.
Can't think of his name right now. He was on So He Could Dance. He did pretty well. But yeah.
I like his shirt.
The cat. Yeah. Why people can't do that?
We just don't have rhythm.
Because even when you make fun of white people dancing like that, it's still dope.
It just takes so much muscle control.
So when I tried to do the floss, I would always I have too much rhythm. I was told that I can't stiffen it up. Okay, that's your challenge for next week is to make a.
I didn't know black people were into dubstep.
Of course, it's the music. I think you get more isolations of that type of music. For stuff like this, it makes more sense to do. So
it does take time.
What we're gonna do for next week? How long was that video?
The one we just watched?
Yeah,
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So each of us take a minute of that video, and for next week we're gonna mimic that video. So you'll take 60 seconds of it, and you gotta try your best.
We have to do it in our underwear only.
Okay.
Does
that
make
bother
it
you?
Does that bother me? I suppose, yeah.
Why?
In my
You want
underwear?
your penis falling out?
Yeah. I don't want my penis falling out.
No, you can use like your underwear and bra. Or swim is no different than doing it in a swimsuit.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know why he wants to see me in my underwear, because that's essentially.
Yeah, he's already seen me in mine, so.
Yeah. Well, we got to break down that barrier
underwear?
sometime.
But we've been in the shower together, but there's no.
Do you want to do it completely naked?
That's totally up to you. That'd be hilarious. We just blur.
We just need flesh-colored shorts.
Well, yeah.
And then we can
Either way, but are you willing to try to learn a minute of that, and we'll put it in one, or we'll put it side by side. We'll do a three, and each of us try to master it, get as close as we can to 60 seconds of the video. And then we'll play it on the episode.
We can try. Filming and lighting is going to be the trick. We got to have
It doesn't have to be necessarily great quality, but we can do it in the garage.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio.
You can just say no, bro, because it's like you're just trying to. He just move on, please.
He's not a great dancer.
I know.
I'm not a great dancer either.
I'd be surprised. It's in there. He's hanging out to me white people all the time.
And I don't go out dancing, so.
I feel like my greatest dance move is like when I'm naked and I just like thrust my hips to make my dick and my ballsack go like this.
Yeah, twirl in circles.
Yeah.
Like helicopter dick.
Yeah, that's my special move.
Okay, but are you doing that in front of your grandma?
That's personal. She wants a free show. I can't deny her.
That's true. Is she back yet? Or she's still
No. She's still good. But yeah. Yeah, white people just don't have. I'm sure there's plenty of white guys who can dance and do
they're out there.
Yeah.
Like Justin Timberlake can dance.
Sure. Yeah.
Who else? Can't think of anybody.
Michael Jackson.
We're talking about white people. He was still born black. Regardless of his skin color, he's still a black dude. Nice try.
Regardless of his skin color, he's still a black dude. Okay.
Yeah. You can change you can shave a coconut, but it's still a coconut.
Yeah.
You dye Easter egg, it's still an Easter egg, right?
You grab a turd, but it's still a turd.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't mean that in like a racial way. It's just an
I knew you were going with that, but he's not here to defend himself, so it's
just Nah, not really. I don't think so.
That he can't defend himself.
Even if he was, do you think he's going to come here and be like,
We don't
hold
know.
on.
He's not coming on here now.
Hold on, Jeremy.
Wow.
I want to talk about, you said, Steve said, that I was a gift wrap turd. I want to disagree with that. I'm the king of pop.
Even higher than that.
Yeah, that's as high as I could go, okay?
Try. We got time.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. My voice just doesn't modulate like that. It doesn't work.
Practice for next week.
Yeah, so that's what he would say. Be like, sorry, Jeremy,
But you never know.
I'm not a turd.
And so he's not going to come on here now because you made fun of him. He's like, oh, I said I can't dance. I'm going to go ahead and send Jeremy an Instagram and see what's going on. I'm going to come on the show and defend myself. But not now. Now we made fun of him.
I wonder if we could get Macaulay Culkin on.
That's the next best thing to Michael Jackson because that's...
They're connected, kind of. They used to hang out together.
Yeah, he's low enough hanging fruit. We might be able to pluck him.
Yeah, he looks like he's serious. Like, he had to have developed some type of drug habit at some point.
Oh.
He was such a good-looking kid, and
Yeah,
then he grew.
Yeah, how do you go from...
And he looks exactly the way he did as a child because, I mean, except for the long hair. Yeah, he got taller, but his face is still that same baby face. No facial hair or anything.
Yeah. That sucks. Which is good for people like Leonardo DiCaprio until they get to a certain age because now he just looks like a young guy trying to play an old guy.
Yeah.
He is starting to show his age. Yeah, like you go back to Titanic, it's like, Jesus, man. You look really young in this.
He's probably close to 30 by then, yeah?
Yeah. And, who else looks really, really young? Tom fucking Cruise looked like he was 30 until he hit about 55.
Wait, hold on. We just gotta...
Sorry, what?
I gotta see. I just got a text on my watch.
Oh, someone slid into your DMs?
Let me see. It said an ownership link has been added to your video for the video that you played.
That quickly, huh?
I don't know how to find it now. I don't like this new fucking Facebook. Because they change shit around and don't tell you. There's no like tutorials. I don't know. I'll try to find it later. But yeah, I just got a message saying...
Maybe it was the music.
Either way, but it said an ownership link had been added to your video from World of Dance.
It's got to be that video.
They didn't take any time at all. Like that was...
Instant.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Well, we can appeal that, right?
Oh, right here. See, an ownership link for World of Dance was added to your video.
Oh, yeah, click it.
Click on that. Your video from page Wearded Beirdos may contain content that belongs to World of Dance. A link has been added to your video to give them credit.
Well, at least they didn't flag it or remove it.
It doesn't have anything to do with monetization, though, does it? It's not a copyright claim.
No, but yeah, like I said, they're just giving them credit, which is cool. They do that versus YouTube is like,
fuck you,
bro.
we're taking your shit.
Yeah. Oh, on that one video that you did, and you had the rights to it, and they shut it all down. It's like any monetization you make from this point will automatically go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though it's a fraction of the video, you're going to give them all the monetization. That makes zero sense.
That, and it's also blocked in like a bunch of countries now. The video with the copyright claim can't be played in certain countries because of it.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
You didn't submit what you sent me?
This copyright claim
was legit.
It was when I first started the channel. I used a guy's music that I downloaded off YouTube. I wasn't thinking about. I was still a novice in the YouTube world and what was okay.
Oh yeah, I've gotten dinged because we did school projects. They cannot be monetized on my channel, and every once in a while they'll mute it, and then I'll upload it again just because it's a private video. I think if it was private, they should leave you the fuck alone. But as soon as I gave the credentials, it disappeared like within like 5 hours or so.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah. Anything like that. Yeah, because I own it perpetually now, that license.
Right.
For that project. So as long as I don't use the song in a separate video after my membership expires.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
okay.
read up on that. Like, yeah, it's that forever, and as long as if you do it for each project, you got to get a different license, which is still cool. That's respectable, but
Yeah.
at the same time. So what were we talking? What were we talking about that I said to shut conversations down?
Oh,
We're
you
talking
were gonna
about
give me a pass on the N-word.
That was not.
racial
No.
terms.
No.
Oh, you were calling Jenny a gook, and then she's like, no, not right now, because that's our safe word or something like that. I remember what she said.
Not
What
the
is-
I
safe word.
said, what's up, Guga, because
Guga, yeah,
yeah.
I'll get in trouble.
you just
for
add
that.
an A at the end of it, and it makes it okay.
What does that
No.
mean? That it's for a female?
No
Like
hard
Latino,
Y and no
Latan-
hard
Lat-
R. Then it's safe.
Okay, but what if it doesn't have
What about nig?
the R?
Just Nig.
Well,
Nig.
why does it have to be that? Why can't you choose something else?
I don't know, because I hear
Why
other
can't you
people.
call me like? Why can't you use like porch monka? Because it sounds stupid when that. So you're
But other black people don't call each other porch monkey. As far as I know,
How do you
I
know
actually,
what we do when you're not around?
Yeah, I guess.
It's
There's-
super secret because
yeah, super
what you've
secret
done
club.
with what you've done with the N word, we just really don't appreciate. So we keep things. When I go to the meetings, we have discussions like, "Hey, keep white America out of this. Let's not use porch monkey or jungle bunny,
Wu-Tang?
or jigaboo or anything like that in public." Yeah, like jigabooer, jigabur. See, you can't use the.
Yeah, because those ones just don't fit.
That's just the excuse to make you guys feel better. No, I said I put the at the end, but that doesn't apply to all things. 'Cause you're not going around using other racial epithets. You're only choosing that word.
Because that's the only one we hear that's used in brevity.
But it's not used for you.
I know, it's just not fair.
What are the terms like around the house? What do you call it? Like, what up, mom? What up, ma?
For him?
No, it's like They
For
don't
like
care.
my family?
in your family, your social circles growing up. What's the Lao or Thai word for like? What up, my other Lao person that's amazing?
Homie?
I don't use
And
any
Darth,
terms referring to another Laos.
there's not a slang
person.
term. There's no
No.
slang terms. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, it's not like the N word.
It doesn't have to be the N word, but
Well,
is there
yeah.
a ton, like
I get
wow,
that, but
the N word? I'm saying the N word to take. Yeah, we
well,
use,
I mean, I'm talking about like a term for camaraderie. We
gotcha.
don't use
Technically, I'm 0.3% Nigerian, so that counts for something, right?
No, because you're not gonna
You
get
don't
around.
even look like it.
You're not gonna be beat for it. If I can't see it from across the street, it doesn't count.
Maybe I'll tattoo it on my forehead, 0.3% Nigerian.
Just go blackface.
That's
And then when they roll up on it, like, bro,
I'm 0.3% Nigerian.
you bust out your 23andMe and
You know, there was that guy in the 50s who had that skin surgery done to make himself black. He was a journalist. He made himself black and went down south to see what it was like to be a black man. And he could never. And after he did it, it came about later that he could never have the procedure reversed. So he was stuck black. For
You're
the
making
rest of
this
his-
He
I
wrote,
swear
he
to
wrote
God.
a book.
Yeah, he
about
wrote a
it.
book.
Yeah.
And then he died. He died of
What?
cancer because of the procedure too.
you're making that up.
No, I swear to God.
Yeah, I've started reading the book. I don't read it currently, but I know there's a book about him.
What's the book called? What's the book called?
Black like me. There it is, right there.
My mom had this book. She tried to get me to read it.
Oh, you should have.
No, I'm good.
I think I might.
So, but he turned his skin color and he was stuck black.
Yeah, he moved down
That's what
south.
That's what I'm having a hard time with.
What a open-minded individual to go that far. Get that surgery done.
Let's see, Muse published, Arkansas, Georgia, like the other side. Time when African American was under racial segregation.
Yeah.
Mansfield, Texas.
It is-
Had his skin temporarily darkened to pass as a black man. He traveled for 6 weeks through the racially segregated states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Georgia to explore life from the other side of the color line. But it doesn't say he was stuck that way.
I thought he was stuck that way. And I thought he died of cancer from it too. I could have been.
Yeah, I thought I read that it was irreversible.
Oh,
And
that
so
could
he
be
just got
more-
stuck that
Oh,
way.
let's
and-
click on the actual. Where's his name?
he got doses of the drug, an anti-vitiligo drug.
He died in Fort Worth, Texas, at the age of 60 from complications of diabetes. He got the sugars. So yeah, I guess he did get complicated from being black, because a lot of people die of diabetes. So I mean, technically, it worked. So next time, hold on. There have been persistent rumors that Griffin died of skin cancer, which purportedly developed from his use of large doses of methoxylin, okay, in 1959 to darken his skin for his race project. Griffin did not have skin cancer, but he did experience temporary and minor symptoms from taking the drug. Yeah. Probably got his ass beat. Couldn't get into places. Couldn't drink water certain places. That's not really a side effect, but that's... Thank you for making that or believing the rumors, though. That was really cool.
Well, they told us that in school.
Who told you that in school?
My social studies teacher died of cancer.
Drop his name, because
Mrs. Phuc. I don't remember her name.
Mrs. Phuc.
That's a pretty rad name.
Yeah,
I remember she was a really nice lady.
Phuc.
Yeah, Phuk.
Yeah.
Was she Asian?
No.
Oh, I love me, Mrs. Phuc.
It's Phuc.
Yeah.
That'd be Vietnamese.
Yeah. It'd be a hark. Fuck. Right?
Yeah,
well,
fuck.
Fuck you.
In Laos, it means chop. So every time my mom says
Like
chop,
like chopping like vegetables?
yeah, she says, fuck this.
Yeah, Steven, fuck this.
Be like, well, there's a first time for everything.
Do your parents eat cat by chance? Because that would be, oh, Steve, you fuck on my pussy? I'm like, I guess.
My mom
Is that a
doesn't
request
know.
or an accusation?
Or can you skin my pussy before I fuck it? Thank you. Sing us a song, Jenny from the Brock.
Ching chong bing bong.
Yeah, Asian people are awesome, man.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be touched by another man. I remember we were fixing up one of our houses and she almost fell backwards because she
fell forwards. She was sawing a hole in the floor and she slipped and she was about to smash her face on the sink and I caught her and she came up and she goes, "Don't touch your mother."
Don't touch your mother?
Yeah, because
she referred to herself as her...
yeah, it's the cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing.
I had to call
Everyone is family.
I had to call her mom and him dad. So
okay, well, where did you grab her though?
in the shoulders.
Like both shoulders from behind?
No.
Like a slow dance?
No, I was
I thought we was dancing and the mute hit me right. The mute hit me and I slipped forward and started to grind.
I was working like directly in front of her. She was falling towards me and I caught her like that. She got upset about it.
My parents are
I like to watch. I like to see the video of that. That's weird that
she didn't want me to touch her.
Maybe it's just you.
Maybe.
Don't touch me, round eye.
Yeah.
Not today. I'll fuck you up.
Cut you into pieces.
Yeah. Don't you want to get fucked?
Yeah.
You're the first white boy I fuck. Oh, thank you for that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
She would change her mind if she would just slow dance with me. She would swoon. Okay?
And you're white, so your penis is fucked.
What do you mean by that?
It's chopped because it's dipped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna ride that one the whole episode.
I'm cut, everybody. Just so everybody knows, I'm cut.
Would hope so. Is it traditional that, have you been with Asian men?
Mm-hmm.
Are they mostly circumcised or uncircumcised?
I would say the majority of them are, the ones that I've been with is uncut.
Nice. Oh, natural.
Yeah.
So when you got with Steve, like, what is that? The fuck is that? Steve, first white guy?
Judaizer.
No.
Judaizers.
Judaizers.
Yeah, that's what in like the ancient times, like if you were I can't remember what it was, but like if you're uncircumcised, you're of a different religion, you're persecuted. So like people would like hold their dick a certain way to piss, and they'd be like,
So
if you
no
see
one could see?
yeah, and they're like, if you see a guy pissing like this, he's a Judaizer.
Or he's tired of you staring at his dick, you fucking pee freak.
Oh, maybe.
So every time I go, I'm just sitting there staring. I'm looking at it. Everybody I know is a Judaizer.
It's a Natalie Portman, Javier Bardem movie. It's actually pretty decent. I don't remember what it's called though. I like Javier Bardem, but he's only done a few movies that are actually good.
He's hit or miss. He struck gold with No Country for Old Men.
That was a perfect part for him. He has the face for it.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of his other movies, which were Spanish movies, which were okay. A lot of indie stuff. Not big on it.
It happens.
Yeah. But yeah, is what it is.
Is he the one that goes around with that oxygen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Goes, hold still. Hold still. Everything's okay. Boom.
Yeah. I had to watch it again. It's been a while. I watched it when it first came out. But a movie was one of those ones like you got to be in the mood for it. You've got to commit to the
Call it. Well, I need to know what I stand to win.
everything.
Everything. Yeah, there's some really intense scenes in that movie. Like the ending, you don't know if he let the wife live or not.
Right.
It's in that car accident. Takes the kid's fucking pike.
Oh, any word from any of your killers?
No. I still need to send out physical letters because no one's responding to my JPay emails.
Gotcha.
Which is kind
Well,
of
doesn't it cost them money to send it back? Whereas a letter
Yeah. It does, but I assume it's literally like 50 cents. I assume they have 50 cents on their JPay account, especially if they're in their
Can you
libraries.
add money to their books through JPay?
Yeah.
And make that offer. It's like if you respond, we'll pay for all the correspondence.
Well, I think what I read on some prisons is that you can send them JPay messages, but they actually have to send a physical letter to you. So they can read emails, but they can't send them.
Okay.
And at the time when I was sending these out, I didn't have the P.O. box yet, and I wasn't going to give out my home address to a murderer.
Yeah, I learned my lesson with that. I had a pen pal. And
Really?
She was... Yeah, on
You have never told me this. You are keeping these dirty little
secrets.
secrets.
Didn't it come up during
those
conversations? Oh, I'm sorry.
Negative.
Okay, so actually it was right around the time when we were recording the album that we were listening to earlier, the Urban Melody album.
How did you get the pen pal?
Like
a friend of a friend was lonely?
It was I was going through a weird phase, and I would...
I guess.
I would go... And you just get bored, and you get down these rabbit holes in the internet, and I would say, oh man, write a prisoner. That'd be kind of cool, because sometimes you just want someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That has... One, they don't know you, so they're not judging you. But the best person to find to talk to who's not going to judge you would be a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would go through, and then I would get caught up in looking up like murderers and stuff like that, and I would try to find... That's why I found Murderpedia, because I would try to find out, well, how do I know that this is what they actually did, and how bad of a person are they? And then you would go, I found Murderpedia, and you're like, oh my god, these are horrible individuals. And then some people were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like there was one girl, she was hanging out with her friends, and they stumbled upon... One of the guys, like the guy she was 14, and the boyfriend was like in his 20s. They were hanging out, and they all skipped school. They were hanging out at a park, and two white guys came up to them, and there was Latin, and the other group was. And so some white guys came up and asked them for drugs. And they were like kind of offended, but they're like, okay, we'll meet us back here, and we'll give you drugs. And so then they plotted to kill them. And they ended up killing them and throwing them down the hill and then taking all their money.
That's
She
crazy.
physically never put her hands on anybody, but the time and the law, and because it was so because it was so premeditated. It was hours before
That's
that
a
it happened.
harsh fucking sentence for wanting some drugs.
But she got life at 14.
Oh my god.
And so I'm wondering if she, now because of the 2012 law, if she's actually gotten out, because she never actually physically did anything to either one of them. Like one was stabbed with like an ice pick or something like that. The other one was beaten with a tire iron.
God.
Because they had to...
Guess complicit.
Because they took one, because they're like, oh, the drugs are over here, just hop in the car with us. Give us your money. And so I'll give you, he'll go with you and I'll wait here.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one guy got in the car, they took him down to the other side of the park, stabbed him, threw him in the trunk, and then went back to kill the friend. And so the friend that was waiting had no idea that they had killed his buddy and were coming back. And then he tried to run. They chased him down the hill and he beat him to death with a tire iron in a park.
Damn!
I was like, wow.
How can you not outrun somebody who's chasing you with a motherfucking tire iron?
Yeah,
I'd be running like fucking Michael, what's that fucking guy?
Johnson?
Yeah, Michael Johnson or fucking Usain Bolt. I'd be fucking hauling ass.
Oh yeah, the moment you don't see your friend,
fucking angry Mexican chasing me with a goddamn tire iron,
and that's why
he had to. No way am I getting fucking caught up by that guy.
Yeah, like
no.
And so, but yeah, I mean, they lured him in, but there was like the information was kind of vague. They were just going off of what the people said.
I would have found like the nearest body of water and swam.
And like I want no part of her. And so then I stumbled upon another one. Her story was a little harder because I was like, I'm just gonna write her. And I found her, and she's on Facebook. But she was from Brazil, and has since moved back to Brazil. But she won't accept my friend's request. I'm kind of annoyed. But I stopped talking to her because we were pen paling for probably 6 months or so. And it wasn't nothing like sexual or anything. We were just talking back and forth. I didn't send any money. We were just having a conversation. I think she's occupying my time, vice versa, getting to know. And she had taken her kids and left the state because the husband was abusive, and they got her for kidnapping.
Oh.
And that was her side of the story, but that was also the case, and she didn't do life, so I'm assuming it was something petty like that. And she eventually got out, went back to Brazil, but she had given my address to another female in the prison.
Yeah, they want to
send me. Yeah, she had sent me like a love letter. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's my fault. I mean, they are fucking criminals. I should have known better. Like, if I sent you a letter, I shouldn't expect really any trust because you're literally in prison for committing a crime versus a person on the street. You give them the benefit of the doubt. And she's like, hey, this is my name, and I'm a widow and all this stuff, and I'll be out at this time. I'd like to get to know you. And so I started to do the research, and you're a widow because you were a drunk driver and killed your husband, so you went to prison for manslaughter for killing your husband.
She ran him over?
No, she got into a car accident. He was in the car with her. And so she got it for manslaughter for him being the driver.
Well,
the DUI.
We all make mistakes.
No, I understand. But my pen pal should have been like, hey, do you mind if I give your address out to somebody? At that point, give me the opportunity to say yes or no. Because we've been talking for a while. There's a little bit of trust there. I trusted you with my address, not somebody else. But she just gave it to her, didn't say anything. I just got a random letter in the mail. That's when I started, I'm making mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, I have been using your address as a return address for some of these.
Which is perfectly fine.
Just kidding.
Which is perfectly fine. If they show up here, I'm burying them in your backyard. Because you have a bigger backyard than I do.
You're going to bury the letters? Or you bury the person?
Yeah, well, I'm going to lure them into my house. And then I'm going to bury them in the backyard. I'm going to make you fucking dig 2 graves.
Yeah, so you'll open the door and there'll be all these candles and like rose petals in the doorway leading to the bedroom. And then they'll go in there. And
I'm fucking them first. There's no doubt about it.
But you got to be wearing like a gimp mask and a ball gag, like the gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Why would I be wearing that?
To scare them. That's very scary. If you're like going in and expecting like a romantic situation, there's a guy with a zipped up ball gag mask, full vinyl.
If my intention is to bury them in your backyard, I don't want them being scared and running.
Not gonna run because you're gonna hit them in the head. Then you're gonna fuck them while they're passed out.
No.
No. It wouldn't matter if you're gonna kill them.
But you're gonna kill them. You're okay with killing them, but fucking them while they're asleep. No.
Okay, but again, I respect human life up until the end, and so like I think it's really cruel to like, hey, I don't know who you are. Steve sent you to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and knock you out. Fuck the shit out you, and I'm gonna bury you in his backyard. That's just wrong. Let them enjoy their last few moments.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Because I can.
What you'll do is, right as they're about to finish, you'll turn them over, and little do they know, your entire pillow is completely soaked with chloroform.
You stole my. I was just about to say that.
And you just bury their face in the pillow. Boom.
Because they wouldn't even be thinking. Like, why is this wet? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they probably just
hold
be
their
like,
face down.
Yeah, they probably be like, oh my god, I didn't realize I was sweating this much.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, oh my god, it smells like chemical.
Or I can give them a golden shower, and then they won't even think, oh my god, he just peed on me. That's probably just pee. And then they pass out. No.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, if you're into
the mattress is ruined regardless. So
Yeah.
you can put down one of those water-resistant sheets.
that would be awkward. They're gonna know. I'm assuming those are crinkly.
No.
What do you guys use when you?
Yeah,
shower?
we have one. It's not crinkly though. You don't even realize it's there.
Yeah.
Can I ask why you feel you have the need for a water resistant sheet?
Oh, I mean,
Just to keep the mattress clean.
Yeah.
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 A regular sheet would do that.
Not necessarily.
We put a regular sheet over top of that one too.
Sometimes we eat in bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not judging. If that's what you guys, if you like being peed on.
No. It's mainly
If you like some of our
mainly to
home-
guard against like silicone and.
If you like Jenny's soup, I mean, it's whatever.
Ooh.
Silicone.
Yeah, silicone lube. It can stain.
This is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It depends on the fabric, honestly.
Okay.
Sometimes you can take a Tide pen towards it and it'll go
Mhm.
away, but
Yeah, usually it doesn't stain, but it can
Why don't you just spit on his hole?
spit.
because it dries
Ask
out.
him why he
It dries
doesn't
out.
want
So
that.
I'm assuming
I
if
don't know.
he's the one that brought up lube, so I'm assuming you're using the lube on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is a rolling pin good for?
I agree. Because there's a silicone lube. Why would you use a silicone lube though? Why wouldn't you use like a water base? That seems weird.
Water base dries out and it gets sticky.
Oh.
Silicone lube stays, silky, and it's almost like baby oil, but without the stink, and it's easier to get off.
Will it go all the way up to the elbow, or you got to keep applying it?
Well, it takes some training and stamina.
So was this something you've always been doing, or since we had the conversation about what she walked in on and seen her mom doing to her dad, and show
I don't
me
know. Yeah, I guess
with this lube in your hand, show me what you saw.
My parents are not, they don't know about silicone lube.
Okay. Mom was
Sure,
like, "Fuck
whatever
I'm
it
going
was,
in."
it was
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah, they have fish sauce.
Give me chicken broth. Just dip her hand in there and just.
Fish sauce
That would be
does
oh my
not
God,
ever,
that would be
it would not be
disgusting.
good for
Ooh.
lubricant. That would be,
Well, the smells would blend in.
if you say so.
No.
I'm sorry, but your mom looks like she has a stinky pussy. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Oh my God, I'm never going to share this on my page.
You
My
know what would be
Facebook
funny?
page.
She's like, "What'd you say?" We had it like just listening in the background. That'd be really cool if we could do that. Call your mom and not let Steve know and just start talking about her.
Yeah, it couldn't damage the relationship any worse than it already is.
But why doesn't she? Okay, can we talk about why?
You know what?
They don't like you? Because you're white.
She's coming around. He was a severe alcoholic when we first met.
Yeah, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
I was the one who lured him into it because I came out to Denver to
You
visit.
lured him into drinking? Like you drove him to drink?
Yeah, I told him it was maturity
Is that
thing
why
and
you
that
need
he
lube?
needs to just get over it.
Oh.
Yeah, I was sober at the time.
Mm-hmm. He had been like 3 years sober. I took him
Oh.
out to dinner downtown, and then we just ordered a bunch of booze, and he didn't stop for a long time.
It's interesting to know.
Yeah, went on a couple of years.
Thank you for owning that. Like that's.
I'm responsible for my own decisions.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to drink. I wanted to believe I could drink. So.
And I had no idea what.
But vagina's good. I was like, ooh, I really want it. So it was like the first time you guys got together?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So you were. Yeah, so you can say, well, it was my choice. But at the end of the day, we're still men.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's coming all the way here, I don't have any silicone. I
didn't know about silicone lube back then.
Beer.
That hasn't been around for very long, has it? Silicone?
Not like broadly available. You had to go to like sex shops and get it back then. Now it's everywhere.
Most people use it for anal sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't dry out, you know?
What's the name of it? Do you have a specific?
There's one that's good. It's called Swiss Navy. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's
yeah, and it comes in. It
quality.
has like a pump on it, so you don't have to like grab the bottle and like get it all over.
That seems that'd be gross.
Mm-hmm. It has a pump on
We'll
it.
get you some.
Okay, yeah.
It's relatively expensive, but for what it lasts a long time. I mean,
Get it
a little
free.
goes a long way, honestly,
Yeah.
and it's good for like massages, body rub, that kind of thing.
Okay. And anal sex.
Yeah,
Anal
yeah, that too. Yeah,
sex, yeah.
it's definitely effective for that.
Is it the best that you've used? You preferred?
There's one that's better, but I can't remember what it was called. it stayed. I don't know. It didn't dry out. Like, it took a really long time before you needed to reapply.
But doesn't it? I found, like, if you use, to me, and maybe it's because of my sensitivity, if it's too moist, then there's no friction at all.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but like you want it to be lubricated, and you want it to stay that way for as long as possible without having to use more.
It's kind of like a dry lube. I don't know if that makes sense.
You just have to try it. See, because it's not like it's too wet, but it's just like you want it to stay at the optimal.
I just don't have a lot of experience with lube in general. So I think it's being non-circumcised. I think that makes a difference.
Water lubricant tastes off. I think it tastes like
Well, you have to get flavored.
It's like cleaner. I don't know, and it's bitter, and I don't know. I don't like that.
Water-based lube is nasty. Like KY jelly is disgusting.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
I've never tasted it. I'm just sit there and just.
Well, they have like I've tried their flavored ones before too.
You have to ask your partner what it tastes like.
I did date a girl that used it was called Good Head. It was like it numbed. The purpose of it was to numb the gag reflex, I believe.
Wow.
So that's the only thing.
It's kind of like it's like getting a mint flavored condom.
Yeah,
it's like mentholated.
Not really big on. To me, the flavor. Why would you flavor it?
I think that you should make some with lidocaine.
Because after,
I do believe they do.
Oh, they do.
This conversation took a weird turn.
Yeah, I do believe they do. It's not very good though. I think we had some at one point, but it wasn't very quality.
Right.
Dow just spit on me. Like that's the.
I mean, yeah, that works.
But I think the difference between, because I've never had a need for like lubes or lotions being not circumcised, so that was never something I ever got into.
I didn't know cheese was such a good lubricant,
bro. It's where
nice
it's
and thick.
'Cause you gotta think.
Next time I'll fucking.
When we get off the air, I'll give you a little sample.
Oh, good.
I have a little container. I can put in like a little baggie. But you gotta think it's But I would assume non-circumcised, when you get aroused and excited, you're going to create like it'll secrete.
Secrete?
Yeah. I had to look it up, but I'm not sure. Again, it's not a scope. We didn't really touch on stuff like that during courses, but I know that the penis secretes something to help when it mixes with the female.
Pre-cum.
Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
Pre-cum is designed to clean the pipe.
Oh.
To clean the pipe?
Yeah, because it's acidic. The alcohol level is really high.
Good,
that way, because you don't want to send clean sperm down a dirty tube.
Well,
I didn't know that.
It's
interesting.
Yeah.
But,
But you gotta think the foreskin would cause like a sock type, and so the skin will latch onto the outside, and then when I penetrate the skin, it pulls back the skin, and so like lube is not as necessary. Or more docking up to the situation versus anything else. And even with anal sex, but I've had women like, oh my god, I've never did that. It was so uncomfortable, blah blah. But you never had it with me. I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah. And I'm assuming it's because of the foreskin, because the foreskin, like, it may be firm once it penetrates, but then the sliding in and out is because the skin is like the sleeve.
Yeah.
We become almost one in that moment. That's why lube is like, I never would have known silicone lube existed. It just, to me, it seems that would be well, yeah, it would be expensive because I've never heard of it, but like Astroglide was the end all be all when I was a kid, because my parents had their little sex kit, and Astroglide was a part of it.
Is that a part of the KY jelly?
It's similar.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Similar.
I think KY was the well known, and Astroglide was probably the first name brand outside of those circles to break through. But again, I wasn't going to sex shops for lube.
Just for huge strap-ons.
Yeah. I mean, huge is relative, but...
You don't just go there for fun with a lady to a sex shop?
No, Yeah, no, sorry, it's more different generation. Maybe that's the. It's not something like, oh, hey, let's go to the sex shop. Nothing against the people that do, because I've been to them. Because sometimes like when you have Amazon and stuff. But prior to then, you'd rent videos. You'd have to rent videos. That would come in a huge box. I would just buy them because I don't want to bring a video back. That's awkward. And so I'd buy my movies from the bargain bin.
Why wouldn't you just rent it? That way you can come back and be like, well, I didn't. You can give recommendations. You can start your own movie rating system.
You can become a sex therapist.
But again, different times, right? Oh, I probably could. But then different times though. It's like now it's more accepted. You grew up. How old were you when you had your first cell phone? Like, I was already an adult.
Yeah, I was too. I was 18, 19 years old before I got mine.
Yeah, I was.
So my youngest child was already born, and she's 19 now when I got my first cell phone.
Huh. Well, you are like 95 years old. So
right.
You just age gracefully.
Right, yeah.
Black don't crack.
Age don't beige. Beige don't age. And so, yeah, like different times. And so, like, I'm at the edge of that old-fashioned thinking woman should stay home type stuff because that's how I was raised. Mm-hmm. But I understood that my mom probably wasn't happy. I know my grandmother was miserable. I know my great-grandma had to be miserable. But that's how it was for them. And so I'm that generation that breaks free, even though my generation is the reason why food's so expensive, because supply and demand. Whereas my grandma's generation, part of my mom's generation, the mom stayed home. Not only did she raise the kids, but she also tended to the garden, so you weren't buying fruits and vegetables. You just grew them in your garden. Being from Iowa, may have been not the case in Michigan and other places like that, but most of my fruits and vegetables came from the farm.
Yeah, I think that's a Midwestern thing.
Yeah,
because that's how it was with my family too. We had a big garden with. We even provided for some of the community members.
Right. So, yeah, because and that's how it was. And so, fruit wasn't even mostly vegetables. But vegetables during the summer, and then you would can them and then have them throughout the winter. But you weren't paying. Part of your income wasn't going towards providing fruits and vegetables on the table. You had an apple tree outside, and you had like mulberries are really big.
What about meats? Iowa. Do you compensate with like fish?
Oh, you would buy meat, but you would, like, growing up on a farm, you knew somebody who, well, we're gonna butcher a cow. Do you want to put in on it? Mm-hmm. And like my stepdad and one of his best friends that he worked with they each buy half a cow and half a pig once a year, and that would last. We'd have beef and pork for like 6 months in the deep freeze. Okay. And you wrap it in butcher, but as long as you wrap it in the white paper and all that stuff, it would last forever. I mean, because you get tons of burger and grind out of a slaughtered animal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have as many steaks, but you would, into the winter, you'd make chili or goulash or like a stew or something like that, or roast and things of that nature. And so you were, at that point, all your meat was probably $1 something a pound for everything when it averaged itself out.
Right.
Yeah, gardening here in Colorado is dog shit compared to like places like Minnesota or Iowa or Michigan. Just because up there you don't need to water. You can just put it in the ground and it's going to grow. Mm-hmm. Here, if you don't water, your garden's not going to survive because the soil's dog shit and it's so dry here. We don't get fucking rain. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, here is probably more of a thing, but I'm saying where I'm from, the land was fertile.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
and you'd move your garden every year. You'd rotate around so that it could regenerate, and you wouldn't dig anything. Because most people, if you dig it up and then replant again next year, you fucked up because you got to leave those roots to decay into the soil so that you can refertilize. Because it's going to bring bugs and stuff to feed off of, and those bugs are going to die, and then the soil becomes like.
Got a compost. Got to get a compost pile.
Mm-hmm. And so you would, at the end of all the scraps, you would just throw and lay them over the top of the garden, and then snow would fall over it, and it would protect that, and then it would eventually seep into the soil. But you'd come back to that maybe the next year or the year after, and then shit would grow like crazy because the soil was, refurbished, I guess, for lack of a better. But I mean, apples. My great grandfather had a whole bunch of apple trees. I remember he had a big, like, stick with it had a basket underneath it, and then like choppers on top to catch the. So the apple didn't fall, and it was on a stick, and you'd squeeze the trigger, and it would snip the apple that landed in the basket, and you bring it down so it wasn't bruised. Mm-hmm. And my great-grandma did most of the canning and the pickling and all that stuff. Yeah. And so I think my generation was kind of starting with my mom. My mom didn't work until I was already in like middle school maybe. And so, but she would can and stuff like that. Not on the grand scale because my great-grandmother and grandmother did enough. Mm-hmm. But then once my mom stopped doing that, and then my generation didn't do it, so now we got to pay for all our food 100%. So that same salary that would have been expendable is now you're paying for to live.
Right.
That's the whole point of one, like the property up in, is to build a greenhouse or a hydroponics or aquaponics system big enough to sustain pretty much all year round and not have to pay for anything. And if done right, you can feed like the community. You can take care of the people that are already up there, so you don't have to throw stuff away. But even if you do throw it away, it still becomes compost to take care of the next go round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canning is fun. Gardening is fun. Just didn't go well this year. I didn't do the greenhouse, so nothing really. The bed.
I didn't think about that. We already talked about that. I didn't think about you didn't do anything this year.
I did. I planted a bunch of stuff, but it didn't survive.
Sorry.
My cayenne pepper survived, but the bed I planted in didn't receive direct sun.
Just because it was a drier season, you think? Because it was really dry. Like I couldn't even keep up with the lawn. I said, "Fuck it." Even my neighbor across the street, last year his lawn was the bomb. He couldn't even keep up.
They weren't getting enough sun, and so their growth is fairly stunted, and it took a very long time for them to fruit. And I planted my cucumbers too quickly, usually because I start all my seeds in little pods. So I have you get this tray that has this these little discs of compacted really nutrient dense soil.
Yeah, like if I would go to a greenhouse and buy them, right? Those little trays.
Yeah, and then you fill it up with water, and then they expand, and then you put the seeds down in them, and then they sprout. And so normally what you would do is you would get the seedlings adjusted to outside conditions before you planted them. So set them outside for a day, bring them back in, do that for a week, and then plant them. I didn't do that, and all my cucumber died. I just couldn't handle the shock. They wouldn't have taken
Want some canned pickles?
I had some watermelon too that made it, but just because where I planted it, no sun, it sprouted. They sprouted vines and they grew, but never produced fruit, and they eventually died. I want to do another greenhouse, but I want to make it a little bit differently. I want to make it bigger, and I want to make it at a different pipe. I originally used 1-inch pipe to save on cost, but it's too flimsy.
Because you got to take it down every year, though, yeah.
You don't have to. I mean, with the 1-inch stuff, you definitely have to, because I remember it did snow one day when I had it built, and it caused the whole thing to kind of cave in on itself. But as soon as I scraped the snow off, it sprung back.
Right.
But 1-inch is not enough to support any type of weight at all. So it's very flimsy. And then I had to have it tied down at several different places so it didn't blow away in the wind.
You're using plastic covering?
Yeah, 6 mil plastic, and so you need to use 2-inch PVC for it to really be sturdy, and then you could leave it. You don't have to take it down.
Why not build a permanent one? Because it's your.
My grandma was complaining about it.
Oh.
She wanted it down.
Gotcha. Well, compromise. Build a shed / Is there a shed back there? I've never.
There's a gazebo.
Backyards.
There's
a
gazebo.
It's huge.
The other thing is there's no I could put it back where I had it before, which is kind of a relatively small space. It's actually a good spot for a garden, honestly, because it gets shade for some of the day and then sun for the other part of the day. But it was 12 feet by 12 feet before, and I had to fit everything that I planted tomatoes, and then beneath the tomatoes I planted cucumbers so that the vines could grow underneath the tomatoes. And then I planted cilantro, onion, green beans, daikon. 2 different types of cucumber.
Killed it all.
No. This was the other year.
Oh.
We had an amazing harvest. I mean, the greenhouse was great. I had a whole irrigation system built so that I ran a hose out to I can't remember what it's called, but it's essentially a valve that splits into 12 different 1/4-inch lines. Ran those lines in rows on the bottom, and then several rows on the top, so it would sprinkle down from the top as well as spray out from the bottom.
Gotcha.
It worked really well.
Any half-assed this year? Is that your fault as well? Do you support him? Do you
He
partake
is
in
more
his-
of
She-
the
she-
gardener.
She doesn't have
No.
a garden. She doesn't like it.
Yeah, I don't
Why
really
not?
like it. It was always forced on me growing up.
Oh yeah, that's why
And
I
that's-
hate dishes for that
Yeah.
reason.
Like,
So that was my punishment. You
had to
you
wake
gotta
up
do dishes.
super early in the morning, even in the summers, just to water the plants and stuff. It was just shitty.
Your parents still do that though?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do still. They're very they like to I guess grow their own crops and raise their own animals.
Oh yeah,
They live on a farm.
Yeah, that's my end goal, is to live on a self-sustaining area. Just go outside and I want some cucumbers today. You just walk outside and pull them fuckers from the ground and go on about your business and kill that chicken with the cucumber.
Not into butchering my own meat. I just don't like the idea. So once you kill something, it kind of sours my opinion of the food. Like, if I ever had to be a butcher, I would never be able to eat whatever I was butchering again, just because it would ruin the idea of it. I like having that disconnect. I know people complain. There's people who complain. Well, Americans have a disconnect from the way.
I like
the
a
way,
burger. I just know where it's from. I don't want to. Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to see the process, and I don't want to see the process either. Like I don't like killing things. I'm empathetic to to an animal and just slaughtering it. I understand it's necessary.
I think what you end up doing, it bothers you. Oh, excuse me. The only one that's ever haunted me is this he was Muslim African guy, and he had to kill. He brought in 2 sheep that were pretty much hogtied, and he had to slit their throat, and had to wait until they were dead. So he had to stand there, and you're standing there, and what people you don't understand is you see movies and they slice the throat, they're dead within 10 seconds. No, that shit takes fucking 5-10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just laying there and they're face to face, and they're just laying there just looking at each other and just slowly dying and just slowly bleeding out.
That's why you just gotta shoot it.
Well, yeah,
beforehand.
that's what would have went down normally. But for what he said, for his religion, he had to sit there and watch them die. And so you're standing there and you're fucking you want to whoop the shit out of this guy because these animals, they're clearly suffering. They can't scream out because their throat's slit. But they're slowly bleeding. They're not even strung up, so the blood is creeping out at its own fucking pace. Yeah. And you're like, because
I believe
he
that's
keep the blood? Is that?
No, he just had, for whatever reason, he had to watch them die.
I believe that's how
That's ridiculous.
kosher stuff is done. They hang the cow by its hind legs and cut its throat.
Yeah, that's how it's all done.
Oh, okay.
Because the heart has to be beating, because otherwise your blood it's your life source, but it still has bacteria and all kinds of horrible things that are flowing through it. As soon as your blood stops moving, it immediately no longer has life, and so it immediately starts to coagulate. And so you need to get it out of the circulatory system as soon as possible. And so the heart needs to be beating. So you string them up, and usually how you do it is you'll bring them into the trough. You'll hit them with the I can't think what the hell it's called right now, but it sends a little pellet at the top of their head. It's the power of a .22 rifle. Drops down in their skull. They hit the ground. Heart still beating. Now they're essentially brain dead because you want to basically hit them right at the corpus callosum, which is right in between the 2 lobes. And they hit the ground. You run around or have someone on the other side. They shackle their feet, hoist them up. You bring them over what we call the blood pit. You want to grab, if you're right-handed, obviously you'll grab the front hoof on the opposite side with your left hand, and then you'll slice it into the neck, reach up, find the jugular, and you'll cut the jugular with your knife by hand, and it just because the heart, now he's stunned and the heart's beating as fast as it could possibly beat, and within a matter of seconds they're completely drained. And you'll leave them there for maybe 30. When I do it's within 30 seconds from the time I drop it until they're shackled and slit. It's 30 seconds. They're done. There's no suffering. It sucks. They know what's going on because the last couple cows, they want to fight you. They realize, well, my homies left and they didn't come back. We're pigs. They're fucking idiots. They say they're smart. They have no idea. They'll just keep following the next one. By the time they realize something's wrong, it's too late. Because you stun them, their tail straightens out. They stiffen up, fall down, shackle them, slice their jugular, and move on.
Did you ever learn to hate cows? Did you ever just get fucking sick of goddamn cows? Just fucking cows. I hate cows.
Steak is delicious.
I know.
But I mean,
I knew one guy who said he worked at a slaughterhouse, but he was in charge of herding the cows into the chute.
If that's all you did, That would probably suck.
He said he fucking just hated cows. He just wanted to. He said he'd take the stun gun and shove it up their ass and stun them, and then
God.
shock them.
He's just an asshole. But to me, I've never worked a slaughter side in a big, huge plant. So that I don't know, but I'm sure if he had a specialized job, that's what he did all day. That would get monotonous. But when you work in like the smaller slaughterhouses, like mom and pop shops, I would do everything. I would go and get them out, bring them in, drop them, skin them, and within a half, you do about one full cow every half hour. You get to dropping them, bleeding them, skinning them, gutting them, splitting them, and putting them in for freezer for overnight. They have to be chilled.
Have you ever heard of Codwell's? It was in southern Minnesota. It was like a big plant. It was a meat packing plant.
Cargill?
No, Codwell's.
Never heard of it.
So my mom worked on the kill floor, and she would come home like her hands like covered in blood, and like she would smell like cow shit.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, the hot side is disgusting.
So I'm guessing they do the killing down there on the kill floor.
Yeah, you have the hot side. They call it the hot side and the cold side. So the kill side, which you're also in a like an assembly line. Obviously, you got one guy. Like they call it the bunger, and all he does is a little tube with a spiral, and he shoots it down the asshole, and it pulls it out, and it takes out the rectum and sucks all the shit that it can. That's what he does all day long. Ooh. The sticker, usually all he does is just sticks the jugular, and it goes to the next person. And the sticker has like an umpire's mask on, because if they're not stunned properly or they wake up while that's happening, they're gonna fucking start flipping, and that's why you hold the hoof up so they don't buck. And I've seen a guy get his jaw almost ripped off.
Oh God!
I've toured the cold side of
cold side, that's easy. I prefer
pork plant before.
Yeah, I've worked for Iowa beef before. I've trimmed loins.
If I was gonna do something, I'd have to be there. Pushing hogs. Like there's guys who would come down on a track. They'd be hung up on hooks, and they just push hogs all day. Yeah. But sometimes I guess they had really like, fascist managers who just would overwork them. 60 hours a week.
Well, yeah, you still got a production. You got to maintain your yields. They'll come out if you trim it too, because you got to trim it to like a quarter of an inch, and the supervisor come out with his little ruler and see right there. You're like, man, get the fuck out of here! Like it's moving so fast. I mean, you're constantly moving. And again, but you have to empty the freezer, and so usually you're not done. You can't go home until if you're on the night shift. Because the third shift is clean. You have first shift, second shift, and cleanup. And so if you're the second shift, because you can't, if you leave it in there more than a couple of days, it's like trying to cut this. Like your knife, your hands will suffer that day. So you don't want stuff left in the freezer until your next shift, because they're gonna hate you. And so you usually want it in there for less than 24 hours because then it's frozen solid.
I knew one guy who he needed a piss. And he was on the line, and his boss wouldn't let him off the line, so he just started pissing on the line. That's there.
Awesome.
He got fired.
Yeah, I would hope so. But that's, I don't know. I've never worked in a situation because you have what is called a utility or a trainer, and so the trainer knows every job on the line, and so that person will come in, hey, you need a break, and they'll jump in, they'll do your job. Or a utility guy usually knows more than one line. But his main job is to walk around and if you drop, you see, I worked in a pork plant. So if you're trimming loins and the loin falls off and hits the floor, his job is to come around, pick it up, take it to a cleaning station, wash it off, put it back on where it needs to go, and it moves on like that.
See, I could do the trainer job just because you get a variety. You could go around from station to station. As long as you know what each station does, you could just fill in and be like, okay, I'm going to do this for a little while. He's back. Okay, I'm going to go fill in for this guy. I'm going to go fill in for that guy.
But it takes a long time to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're not easy jobs. Like
and you have to learn all of them.
Yeah.
So.
And the main thing is if you can't keep a knife sharp, none of that matters. You end up like a wrapper or something like that, or driving they call it a mule, which is like a
wrapper, like 50 Cent.
No, like wrapping the product. But now I think it's all. When I my first job when I worked in a packing house, I was the loin wrapper, and they actually like butcher paper. And now it's all
the loin wrapper. Like I rap about loin. It's in my groin. I drop a coin.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Drop the dime. Exactly. You know it's time.
I'm telling you. It's like
Drop the beat. Eat some meat. Smell my feet. Let me skeet.
What the hell?
That's my freestyle, everybody. If you want my album,
Why don't you
it's
share
never
with
coming
them?
out.
Wow.
Why don't you share with them the one that you normally do?
Which one do I normally do?
Uh-oh.
That sick dick one.
Uh-oh. Sick dick. Let's do it.
Yeah. I got a sick dick that'll make you sick. Come on, baby, and give it a lick. It'll do the trick.
I hear that all the time.
Does it work?
Does it work?
You can put anything in front of dick. So like, I got a Chinese dick that'll make you sick. Or you could say whatever.
Okay, but why is it?
It's gotta be 2 syllables.
Okay, regardless.
Dick and sick rhyme, so it works the best.
I understand, but I have a sick dick. Okay, let's take that line by itself. Like, my dick is amazing. You really want this. But then your next line goes on to say, I have a sick dick.
No, I have a
What is the song?
I have a
I have a sick dick, it'll make you sick.
no. I think
It should be I have a thick dick. But
You
then
should know this by now.
It's your
I don't
song.
remember because my first
Yeah, he
one that I
changes
became was I got a Chinese dick that'll make you
Okay.
sick.
Either way.
Which
What-
was really fitting now because
But
of
when
Corona,
you dropped it
What?
prior to my really dope vocal percussion, when you drop it, I have a sick dick, makes sense.
Mhm.
But then the next line is, that'll make you sick.
Yeah, I'm thinking like in
And
this
so-
scenario, it's like a really like unwashed AIDS dick.
Right. So I have a really cool dick, but it's pussy. It's basically what she said. Like it's leaking.
Like a sick dick, as in it's infected, it's sick, it's diseased.
Oh, so when you say I have a sick,
It's green. It's about to turn.
okay.
Fall
When
off.
But when you first go into your rap, you're like, I have a sick dick. I'm like, oh, he's about to drop some fucking science on his penis right now, right? Because I have a sick dick, and then you drop a metaphor. But then I'm thinking, okay, you're using sick as in amazing,
You're overcomplicating things.
and then the next line is, but it'll make you sick. It's
Mhm.
perfect for me, but you're not gonna like it. But I'd appreciate it if you stuck it in your mouth anyway.
Yeah,
Give it a lick.
Yeah, just give it a lick. Just give it a try. Get that.
You
that
might like it.
oh, yeah. I mean, it's HIV. It's not full blown AIDS, so it's
your
fine for me.
So your next
treatable.
line should be, have a sick dick, it'll make you sick. Come on, Asian girl, give it a lick. Lick the drip off the tip. Like, that would be a good way to go with to end that.
Do AIDS dicks drip?
I don't know. I've never.
I don't know
AIDS.
either. I mean,
I don't know.
no, you
It's not-
could have. I mean,
it's a
Magic
system-
Johnson had it, and
But it's just
he could technically get it again.
it's a systemic disease versus a venereal disease.
Well, he could only catch herpes once.
No, you can actually catch it twice. You can get it simplex 1 and simplex 2. So you can
Yeah.
have genital herpes and oral herpes.
Yeah, you can only catch each one once. I mean,
Right. I mean, if you're gonna do it, get the whole gambit.
yeah, that's not that bad.
If he pulls it out of your vagina, it's got a herpes on it, just lick it, get it over with, because it's gonna make you sick anyway.
Yeah, just be like, the pus is like lip gloss. Let me.
Yeah, then I've
Simba.
got all these wounds in
And
my
just my
mouth.
lip gloss is popping.
Yeah, like that.
Blisters are popping.
Like that scene in The Lion King where the baboon wipes that shit across Simba's forehead,
Yes.
just like that, but on the lips.
Okay.
Same color.
Like a dirty Sanchez,
Yeah,
essentially,
exactly.
but from the front. We call it a dirty Steve.
Yeah, it would work. It would work.
You have a Steve infection. Come on, that was a good one. Steve infection, like a staph infection, based off our Steve, because you call yourself
Zing.
Stephen.
Okay.
See,
That one just didn't resonate for me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Not every joke is gonna land.
I agree. So if we go back to, but why? Okay, so if the I have a sick dick was pussy and gross, why do you think that is an exciting thing? Because I'm assuming you're using your rap skills to woo the women.
It was just something that popped into my head. Like,
But she says she hears it all the time.
yeah, because like it's just an earworm for me.
Okay.
I used to say this thing, like this reversible word combination.
Oh boy.
It just popped into my head. Are you a cheese wheezer or a wheeze cheeser?
You're stupid.
And I would get that stuck in my head.
He would say that all the
Cheese.
time.
You're a cheese wheezer or a wheeze cheeser.
Yeah, see, it's like you can reverse the two, so it's interesting. It's kind of like addicting to hear and say. Cheese Weezer or Wheeze Cheeser? Especially when you say it quicker.
I don't let him live that one down.
Are you a Wheeze Cheeser or a Cheese Weezer?
What were you doing when you brought that up?
I don't know. That's probably
Okay, you convinced me to lick it. Now shut up. Yeah, but are you a cheese weezer or a wheeze cheeser because it's gonna leak?
I don't know. I think I was
Because it's a sick dick, right?
I think I was like 4 or 5 days without sleep at the time. I was just hearing, because then at that point you're getting a lot of auditory hallucinations and you're hearing like radio songs and songs
I've
in the
never
radio.
heard cheese weezer.
No, just like things like that just pop in your head. You just start hearing shit.
So why didn't you bring that up when we were looking for names for us? We could have been the cheese weezers or the wheeze cheesers.
Yeah, that would have been a good name. I never thought of that as like a title, like a viable group name. That can be our lo-fi group.
Wheeze cheesers?
Yeah.
Or the cheese weezers?
Either or. I'm Cheese Weezer and you're Wheeze Cheeser.
There it is. I think we can run with that. Make up a logo and see how it works.
Yeah.
That would definitely catch my attention.
And we'll short it to Wheeze and Cheese.
Wheeze and Cheese.
Or Cheese and Wheeze. Whoever wants to go first. We'll flip a coin for who gets top billing.
Are you a Cheese Wheeze or a Wheeze Cheese?
Yeah, because we were a coin flip away from being called Packard Hewlett. Was it Hewlett? Sorry.
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah, but it was a coin toss to see which one went first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll flip. I mean, it doesn't matter. Cheesy Wheeze or Wheeze Cheese.
Well, you're probably going to win because of affirmative action, but...
Oh, my two-headed coin.
Yeah. Your affirmative action coin.
Yes.
He's not good at rock, paper, scissors.
Call it. You lose again, buddy.
I didn't tell you. Hey, it's my coin.
Yeah, it's like the Harvey Dent coin.
Yeah. Have you heard the Hickenlooper? There's a commercial. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Those are Hickenlooper rules.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's a radio commercial. I hear it all. Those are Hickenlooper rules. Because Hickenlooper, I can make my own rules and do what I want to. When do I get to be the Hickenlooper? Never. It's fucking retarded. Like, why you would do that to a kid? He's gonna be known as the Hickenlooper kid.
It just makes no sense. See, some of the lobbying firms that these politicians go to are dog shit. They come up with these ploys, these ads that make no sense sometimes.
Yeah, because then you go through all that, you smear that individual, and then you lost, and now you're just an asshole that talks shit about the other guy for 6 months.
Yeah, I'm so sick of seeing like Corey Gardner commercials.
Yeah, I actually saw a Corey Gardner sign the other day. I was like, oh fuck, it's a real thing now. I don't live in a neighborhood with a lot of political signs. There's a guy across the street that says "Don't vote for Creepy Joe" or something like that, and it's like a Joe Biden like creeping over like the bottom of the sign, and that's it.
It'd be funny if they had him creeping over like a bathroom stall thing.
Yeah,
that would have been way better.
It's a funny sign, but he's the guy across the street with all the
Creepy Joe. Why is it creepy? I mean, literally, Trump is the one that said, "Grab him by the pussy."
Right.
Is that not creepy enough?
But it was just locker room talk. But yet the other guy got fired for it.
53%.
Oh yeah, Bush. What's his name? Something Bush.
Oh my god.
Can't think of his fucking
Billy.
name. Billy Bush. Yeah, he's a fucking douche anyway.
He just got back on the air recently on some other show. But it's like, yeah, that ruined his career. But yeah, it was just locker room talk. So why would you fire the president? And why didn't the president come to his aid? Like, no, we were just talking. Why would you fire him? Because by you firing him, you're saying that it wasn't okay. But
they needed a scapegoat.
Oh yeah, of course. And Billy Bush ain't got no money.
And he doesn't have his name on a building.
No one's trying to
or
eat
a
his
casino.
steaks. Right.
Yeah.
Would you eat a Bush steak?
No, I don't do Bush.
Yeah,
it's not my thing. Wrong generation.
I understand.
Yeah, can't do it.
Sorry.
Or it's the new generation. There's women who grow out their armpit hair, everything.
Take a stand,
everything.
Jenny. Yeah, I hear you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah,
let her grow it out, dude.
All natural.
I got her back. Well, I'm a product of the 80s, so I prefer a little hair in my food.
Yeah, Bush and porno storyline.
Yeah.
Doesn't it bother you if it
movies?
like gets in your mouth and stuff? Or
well, yeah, that's annoying.
Pubes fall off and then.
But that doesn't. Do you completely shave everything? Like I shave what's important, but I still look like a man if I stand there naked.
I keep it really short. I have a trimmer for my beard and a trimmer for my pubes, and I keep it really short.
I think you've switched them because you look like a dick.
Come smell my breath.
You just have a one-liner. Like if your face smells like penis, you're either gay or your roommate uses your shaver to shave his balls.
Yeah. So I keep it really short, and then I keep everything.
But see, it looks weird, even on a grown man. Like, okay, shaft and balls shaved, perfect.
Yeah.
I keep it. I don't shave on a regular basis, but I shave enough so that it's very, very short. Because I don't like that constant stubble because it itches. Same with my beard. I like it. If you're gonna let it grow a little bit. Sort of gets that way. It gets used to being soft, and you're not tearing the skin apart either. And so it never grows more than a week or so, give or take. So I never know where it's gonna be. But shaving above, that's a no-no.
Yeah,
you're an adult.
Well, there's greater risk for razor bumps too. But yeah, I keep it short. I don't shave it up there.
Okay. Longer than your facial hair?
No.
Okay.
Slightly shorter. Yeah, it you know, this is probably about the max length I'd let it get.
Okay. Is it the same color?
A little bit darker.
Okay.
But essentially, yeah. Probably the same color as the darkest parts.
Just some red strands.
Do you look like? Do you shave all yours?
Yeah.
Like a 12-year-old?
Yeah. Every time I shower.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I guess it's a little easier because there's not like a big ball of sack of something in the way. I guess if I didn't have if it was smooth constantly, it's probably
if you're
easier.
shaving your behind as a woman, that's kind of hard.
You shave your butt too?
Well, yeah. Why not?
Oh, I don't know.
Got to shave it from the front to the back. I'm not saying I have hair on my ass cheeks. That's disgusting.
I'm not saying I have it, but if I did, it's okay, right?
Yeah. Every time she wears a thong, it looks like John Goodman's ass.
Shut the fuck up. But you'd love that. That would get you going.
Do you shave your asshole?
I have in the past, but
I've done it once. And that was the worst fucking
so itchy
return.
afterwards. Yeah.
I shaved I've pretty much shaved except for my eyebrows. I've shaved every part of my body once. Not my arms. I haven't done my arms either, or my legs. Let me rephrase that. I've only shaved my chest, my armpits, obviously my beard. Shaved my head once. That was horrible. You don't realize
with a razor.
Yeah, you don't realize how much you bump your head until there's nothing to protect it.
Yeah, remember those Andre Agassi commercials with like he would have like the Mach 3.
Yeah.
And he'd be like playing tennis.
And that's what I used. There was no way. It was a Mach 3. I was like, Jesus Christ. But then when it grows back, it feels weird in general because I think your head or your head grows faster. And what's also closely...
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's very dense.
I don't have a lot of hair, chest on my hair, but everybody goes,
Yeah, I shaved my head for like a year in high school with a razor.
I've had my ass shaved once. The girl I was dating.
Your asshole or your ass?
She shaved it all. I stood there in the shower, spreading my cheeks, and she
what a trooper.
Well, that's what she asked for.
That's really nice of you.
And so I was like, okay, but then when it grew back, I'm like, I'm never going through this again. That was horrible.
Would she stick your tongue in your ass?
But it felt like not inside, but that's what she wanted to try.
She wanted to try eating your butthole.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to do it, I'll shave. You got to shave it. I'm not shaving it. Like I can't imagine.
I would never do that for Steven.
I had 4 hands to do all that. I can imagine doing it by myself.
I would have just said no.
But it felt like I was because it was.
I would never trust another human being to shave my fucking asshole.
I've never got a girl to shave my genitals though. Everyone's no, there's no way I'm doing that. But there's plenty of ads on Craigslist for guys to do it for me.
Oh yeah, they really know what they're doing though.
Right.
They've had years of practice.
In and out in 5 minutes. I got you, bro.
Professional ball shaver.
Yeah, it's like man grooming.
I've had her shave my balls before. I would stretch.
Were you scared?
I would stretch it out really flat.
No.
Stretch my ball skin out really flat so it was easier.
So it looked like a flying squirrel. Like, get it, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much.
And then you'd stretch it a different way.
Yeah, I would flip it and turn it and stretch it. And
that wasn't scary.
No, because I knew since there's no curves to it, it's hard to fuck that up.
Yeah.
They have really nice razors now.
See, he's got really nice balls.
Yeah, it's not like she's using a fucking straight edge.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, that'd be terrifying.
Be careful, honey.
That'd be terrifying. It's scary. It's scary on your face. I don't trim under my neck with it because I'm terrified. Because once I bring my head up to try to get there, I can't see what's really going on, and I'm afraid I'm gonna slice my throat. But I shave most of my.
I'm telling you, I gotta bring my next week. I'm gonna bring my trimmer over.
You shave my balls?
No, your face, asshole. God.
My face?
Not using my beard trimmer on your balls.
Was there a comma?
No.
Your face,
asshole. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Anyways, no, it's like.
But my lips are sensing my face, asshole.
You gotta try it. I'm telling you, it's the best beard trimmer I've ever used. It gets all the way down to the skin.
But does it like feel like it's cutting your skin?
No, it's amazing.
That's my fear. Because
like
clippers.
those old like ones that has like the 3 round heads that would spin, just like grab your hair and shit. Oh, dog shit. This is great. Like no resistance. It cuts both ways, up and down.
Would you let Jenny shave my balls? I guess I would ask you, but it'd be rude if I asked you first.
Is there any money in it for me?
Oh my God! What is with you guys and money?
Well, yeah, like,
I can't. You won't drink my pee unless it's for $1,000.
Yeah, name a price.
I guess why would I name a price? What would? But then you're pimping her out to shave my balls.
No, if she's willing.
Yeah, if I'm willing,
I'm just
that's all right.
brokering the deal.
You're okay with it if he says yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So, bro, what? Okay, what do you need? I'm not asking because he's
a straight razor.
No, there's no way.
And then like a bunch of coffee first, so you're just like jittery, like shaking everywhere.
I need the energy.
Right, I'm gonna try to shave with a straight edge soon. Next time I shave,
your balls.
I'm gonna try, just to see if, because the thought of it is terrifying. Like I got butterflies right when you said, "Yeah, straight edge." Oh,
yeah. Well, the next time I see you, you're probably gonna be like limping and like.
But for the most, I mean, it's not a difficult thing to shave with. I've never sliced my face open or
full on Lance Armstrong.
Because you go, it's a clean, close shave though. Like, but you'll go down, then up, and then sideways, and it'll be fucking smooth as fuck. Like
I cannot shave up the grain on my face, otherwise I'll.
Because you don't prepare your face.
Yeah, well,
you gotta prep the face. You gotta open the pores, and there's a process.
Like with warm water and stuff.
Yeah.
It's best to do like after you shower, and then use a cream, you want the soap pad, not the fucking bullshit ass cream. You need the bar of shaving. Just shaving soap or shaving bar.
Probably shaving soap, yeah.
You want that because you want that lather's what you want, and then slap it on, and then go. I don't go all like that anymore, just because I've been doing it for so long. But when you want a nice clean shave, if I had to shave my face completely on a regular basis, I would go through the whole entire process. I have a system and a decent process, but.
Yeah, like with my neck the way it is now, like being this close is totally satisfactory for me. It's not like smooth, but it's completely, almost completely down to the skin.
Yeah, but if you keep the beard long enough, you can get away with a lot more stubble.
Yeah, it's hard to see on my neck anyway. It's easy to line it up with this one too.
Just wax.
Wax? I tried to wax my pubes once, and it was just.
What is wrong with you?
Oof. I was young. I got that. It wasn't actual wax. It's that Australian product, like just pretty much glue.
Dry wax? The dry wax?
That's not dry wax. That's candles.
Well, they have dry wax for.
Yeah, he's arguing with a person that's probably used every product at some point. Yeah. Do you wax things?
No, I don't wax. I just either pluck or shave. That's it.
Well, I had bought when we were doing the Wearded Beirdos videos, I bought the thing behind you will wax your nose beard, but I think Steve is afraid. That's why I've never done the video.
I don't know what it's called. There used to be a ton of commercials for it, but
we were gonna stick the wax things in each other's noses and ears, and then we were gonna pull them. Like I would pull his off, and he'd pull mine off.
I applied a bunch and then put on the pad and ripped it off, and it was like the most like agonizing thing. I couldn't finish it, and it was like bleeding.
Yeah, I want no part of that.
No, it's horrible. Horrible. I wouldn't.
The worst is when I've ever had to pluck. I don't pluck anymore. Since I got the straightest, I don't need to. But I want that clean look on the mustache, and so I used to pluck my beard to get the lines.
Jesus, how long would that take?
Oh, I would shave it, but then the excess I would pluck to get that, because there's always one fucking hair. You're not gonna sit there and fuck around with a razor trying to get that one hair. So I would just pluck them. But plucking the mustache it's worse than a nose hair. It is the most excruciating thing. It's like
especially like right here. Yeah.
So yeah, I ache in
so many nerve endings there.
What a waxing would feel on any other part of my body to pulling one hair out of my mustache.
I think I could handle eyebrow waxing.
Your eyebrow.
Wagyu beef.
I mean, if you let it grow, do you wax the center?
No, I just use my beard trimmer.
So this was gonna happen when you stop being able to groom yourself, you're gonna be like, why is that old guy all fucking hairy like that? Just your bushy eyebrows, you're like Eugene Levy's eyebrows. It's gonna be a hairy dude. But you've already started trimming, so you got to do it now forever.
Yeah, I've been doing it since like 9th grade.
Yeah. It's like women that shaved when they were a kid on accident, or because they thought it was cool. They shaved like their beard, and they've had to shave their. That's usually what happens when you see women have stubble. So they shaved once, and then the body's like, "Oh, what's up?" And then here we are. That's why you wax.
When I was in 6th grade,
You
that's the first time I've ever shaved, like, my pubes. And
wait, how old were you in 6th grade? Was that
it was
11?
6th grade, 11, yeah.
How long was it when you were 11 that you had to shave it? I'm trying to.
So
think
I'm
back.
33 now, so it's been quite a
No,
while.
But 11, how long was the hair? Not how long ago it was.
Oh, I just noticed that it was just sprouting, and I didn't
okay,
like
it
it.
wasn't
So
like a full blown garden.
no, it's never been like that.
No.
There's just like that stereotype that Asian women have like these huge bushes.
Yeah, especially Japanese women, Koreans too. All those
See,
Japanese porn.
It's tradition. Asian women don't like to shave their pubes.
Oh,
I mean, like in my mom's generation, after I shaved my pubes, I left all the hair in the bathtub. My mom came upon it, and she had a little talk with me.
So there's a
she was
monster.
like, "So you're shaving your pubes now?"
You clogged the drain at 11 for the first time.
Yeah.
You should have been shaving.
And
at
it was
6.
unheard of. My mom thought it was like the worst thing that I could do
Like
was shave
taboo.
my pubes.
That's why she hates Steve.
Because I shaved my dick?
No, because she shaved.
Maybe.
Blames you
I don't
for
know.
white culture.
She didn't mind it when...
But yeah, I've dated one Asian girl, and yes, the first time I come in contact with, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was it was the hairiest thing I've ever encountered.
Well, yeah, it's
And
black hair
and it
too.
caught me off guard. And this was, we're in the 2000s by now, and so you assume, like, you can tell, and she was mid to late 20s.
Wow.
Never touched it.
Yeah.
And that was like something you just don't come across in my day. I mean, some people
Yeah.
trim it or groom it. Nope. I was like, wow. I had no idea that it could grow with that much density.
All that confidence. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. And she didn't wear deodorant or anything. She wasn't like a funky. Well, she shaved her arms, but she never touched that. I'm like, wow.
That's my exact counter argument to the whole thing, because there was this one woman who was saying, like, I don't shave my pubes because I don't want to look like a child. I was like, but you'll shave your armpits.
It's all preference, I think.
Well, yeah. Again.
I know, but her reasoning.
Oh, that's not a good reason. But
Who
I mean,
are you asking this?
Yeah, this was years ago. I was like 17, 18. Oh, it makes no sense. If you don't want to look like a child, then don't shave your armpits.
Shaving in general is not it's there for a reason. Because it's there to pull moisture away, and so you run the risk of like yeast infections and stuff like that, and UTIs.
When you shave, really?
Yeah, because you, especially as for a female, but we sweat more when you shave it. Like you just like, I'm fucking like, it sweats more because there's not that it wasn't sweating more or the temperature has changed, but now it can no longer pull the moisture away, because basically the hairs will pull the moisture to the end, and that way it spreads the surface area. And then the wind or whatever, the circulating air around it can dry it out.
Yeah.
So it's more of a ventilation.
So like the moisture
It's
from
like
sweat.
a heat sink. Yeah,
Okay.
it would be pulled out by the hair.
Mm.
And then the pheromones dry off into the hair. And so it gives it a different, to me, I think it gives it a different flavor and a different odor. But again, it comes down to preference. Same with women that shave and don't wear underwear. It's a totally different, because you're coming in contact with the gene versus the
loincloth.
yeah. So it's just weird, the things that I've picked up on over time.
They smell differently because they wear jeans and
Yeah, because
underwear.
we were coming in contact with different things. Like panties are a nice soft cotton versus a rough jean.
Damn, bitch, you smell like denim.
I don't even know him. I don't know.
Levi's just a friend.
He had a sick dick though. He said he was rapping, and I was like, "Oh my god, tap a leg." I said, "Sure." Hey. But other than that, it was just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah. That game.
Just the tip.
Okay.
Hear that a lot as a woman. Just the tip.
How?
That's just like getting in, because once you get the tip and it's like,
oh yeah,
whoopsie, slipped.
Because I was like, I'm not in the mood, and then all right, well, you know what, we'll just try it, and then you slide in. Oh my god, it was amazing. And then you just go at it, like, yeah, psychologically you're playing that game. I just need to get it open and get inside there, and then all will be okay. It's weird, the shit that we would go through.
Yeah.
But I've never played just the tip. Was that a big thing?
I don't know. I think I've heard it somewhere along the line of a relationship.
So I want to apologize for
tip.
Men in your life. Dudes are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
You got a lot of friends that were just like you, because dudes brag.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, wow. Luckily, I've never had any friends ever raped a girl, or that I perceived as rape. Because you always hear that, how come your homies don't come up and get you for rape? But I think if one of my friends did rape someone, now a lot of them probably crossed the line. And
you would narc?
Fuck yeah. That's a gift, dude. Like I look at it totally different. That's why I groom and take care of all that stuff. Because like, for a woman, a vagina can get as many penises as it wants with zero effort. But she chose you.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's my thing.
My dick gets as much pussy as it wants, without effort.
Without ever what?
Without effort.
That's called rape.
Oh, without effort. Oh.
No. Sleeping is consent.
Drunk is consent. Sleeping is consent. If she, that's consent.
I'm just kidding.
If I let go of your neck, you can let me have sex with you.
I don't know. For me, like the whole, I don't know. I think if I heard a story about someone raping somebody, I would probably cut off contact with that person. But I don't know if I would.
But you would let him continue to rape her. See, that's what I'm saying. I've never experienced it, so like there's certain things I'm just ignorant to.
I'm really averse to calling the police on anyone, unless unless I'm in explicit danger.
Yeah, but she's in danger.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my business.
And so if she goes, but he told you, he made it your business.
I know, and that's why I
understand.
cut off the friendship. Like I understand. Like I don't know. I couldn't be friends with a rapist. It's just prison rules. You can't, as it goes against the code. So it's like I couldn't. Once I hear that,
we're not in prison now.
Yeah, but still, code.
If a dude goes around raping people in prison, that's different. That's on the guy. That's a controlled environment.
He could just be bragging.
I mean,
you don't know for sure,
right?
If he's doing it or not.
But it's one of the So if let's say he says he raped her, you take it as he's just bragging and being locker room talk. She probably wanted it, and it was a little rough. But then you find out that she went to the police and he was brought up on charges. Would you go and say something then? Because 9 times out of 10, he may get off.
If I was approached by a detective,
no, you wouldn't step forward. No, you gotta be approached. You would just let it go, and then he goes. It goes to court. He gets off, and you're okay with that. Because now he's out to rape again. Because he got away with it once. Now he's emboldened, and you could have done something to stop it.
I don't know. It's a tough situation. I'd have to experience it to know what I'd actually do. I know that if I was approached by a detective and they wanted to ask me questions, I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie for them. So, but would I step up and go and like take the initiative and be like, this guy is a rapist, he told me this? I don't know if I would do that.
Well, I mean, in your field, you're a mandated reporter, right?
Oh yeah, I put some weird stuff in my notes that I can't talk about. But one there was patients I actually told them. I confess, because they're still I would call them friends now.
Squid tattoo on the lower anus.
No, it was just a weird because you're in there and you don't know, because you'll see certain things. No, that's weird. I've never, but early on in practice, and so like, I've never experienced this, so I don't know. But I knew, he was the ethics professor and the business professor at Sherman. He since passed away. He passed away early this year or late last year. But he was the only person that actually taught every single graduate from Sherman College. That's how far back he goes. But he would talked about that he had a patient who would have footprints on, like boot prints on her back, like bruises. And so he documented it. Didn't discuss it with her. Laws were different now. Like now I'm obligated to say something and to make sure that person is safe. especially with a child. I'm a mandatory reporter.
Maybe they have a boot fetish.
If you tell me that you're beating her, I have to report you.
Right. That's what I learned too in my human resource
all right.
classes.
That's
Yeah.
not, well, Jeremy, since you brought it up and it's on the air, Steven beats me. He beats it up with his thick dick. I think I'm
He
sick
sure
right now.
does.
Yeah, I think she knows. I think she knows better than by now than to narc. So.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to go to the police for anything.
I know, and I get that. Like I'm the same way. Like I would tackle with it.
That's the part I would be. I don't know. I think I would struggle with being.
Speaking of boots, though.
Oh, let me finish that story first.
Okay.
And so he had documented in his notes that she would have these footprints on her back and all this stuff. And I guess several months down the line, she murdered him. But because he had documented proof of the abuse, she got off.
Well, good. But
the laws have changed since
poetic
then.
justice.
Yeah. But had he not had that documentation, she'd have went to prison for murder, even though she was being abused.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, so when I see stuff, I'm like, I gotta put that in my notes. I have to, because if something happens, I would be, only because he told me that story. And there's weird things that I've heard from other chiropractors along the way. It's like, oh man, I do that, and so I practice the way I do because I picked up on stories. That's why when I always try to keep my hand on them at all times. If I go to even men, I let them know I'm going to touch your waist, because I want you to know where I am at all times. Because another chiropractor I talked to, who's a professor, but he had talked about, he had a guy come in, big like biker dude. And it was his first time he'd ever adjusted him. He went face down on the table and just started crying. And so he's like, "Well, are you okay?" He's like, "No." Like he'd been in prison for like 20-some years.
He got
and so
got a little taste.
Yeah, and so he had an episode of like PTSD because like a guy is behind him and he had to submit in the situation. And I was like, wow. And so
That's
I always
horrible.
make sure that you know where I am at all times. If I walk around, I'll touch your back and I'll twist my finger so that you know that I'm going to walk around that way. And as soon as I come back, I touch the same spot. So you know where I am at all times. I tell you I'm going to walk around. And so I go out of my way, and people it's weird how people appreciate just the fact of knowing it's comforting. And so I go out of my way to be as comforting as possible. So I think having information that led to the contrary, I would struggle with, because it would haunt me if.
Do you have a file on me?
No, because you never paid me.
Thank God. I don't need you taking notes.
We don't have a business transaction.
I don't need you taking notes on any peculiar behaviors I may or may not exhibit.
I'm going to start now because now I'm worried.
Now I'm worried. I'm concerned.
Now you've got a file in his file cabinet.
But it's only considered practicing if...
what's your parole officer's name again?
It's only considered practicing if there's a business transaction taking place.
Okay. So if I were to start adjusting people but not charging them, not a practice?
If you got... Well, no, you're not licensed. You're not... From a fiduciary standpoint, it's not practicing because we never exchange money. I'm still a licensed chiropractor.
So if you were subpoenaed, you could talk about our interactions because we're not doctor-patient.
Hypothetically, but I wouldn't, because
good to know.
I take that serious.
Unless it was rape.
And that's why I always say patience, and I don't go into, that
As I told you.
But I'm
a serial rapist, doctor. I'm sorry.
Mandatory reporter.
Yeah.
So
serial rapist, like Wheaties. Serial rapist.
Oh,
I rape bowls of Wheaties.
That's on you, man.
Okay.
What if you serve the milk to someone else? Want a bowl of Wheaties? That milk's kind of thick, but
is that illegal?
It takes me back. What?
To come in someone's food?
I would think so. That'd be like bioterrorism.
Maybe.
Why would you think that would not be a crime?
I don't. I know that. So I was watching this episode of Locked Up, and there was this guy in there. He was a gay man who had AIDS, and he was in prison for fucking another man without telling him he had AIDS. And he'd already got...
Yeah, that's a crime.
Yeah, so that's a crime. But while he was in county jail awaiting his trial, or not trial, waiting on seeing the judge or whatever, I think he took a plea. But he had made a joke that he was coming on the sandwiches and serving them to people. And the judge found out that there was this rumor circulating that he was coming on, because he was a food prep guy. Which there's no time or place where you could actually have the freedom to masturbate onto several sandwiches without
Right.
nobody fucking seeing. It's obviously a lie.
Right, but why would you? But still, you made the joke.
Yeah, so his fault. But I have the feeling he was probably getting picked on and wanted to fuck with people back. You know, he wanted to get back. But the judge heard about it and was like, "No, I'm maxing you out," and gave him like 3 years or something.
That's what you get.
So the guy he fucked didn't even get AIDS. He just fucked him and didn't tell him he had AIDS. He got 3 years, which it was a second offense, but still, like, that kind of thing sucks.
I was in court one time. I was like 18 or 19.
Testifying?
No, I was. I don't remember what it was for, but I was. You were waiting your turn.
Okay.
And I remember the guy gets up there and he sentenced the dude to like 30 days. I can't remember what the hell it was, but it was just, it didn't matter. But so I'm gonna give you 30 days. He's like, oh, I can do 30 days on my head. Yeah, I can do 30 days standing on my head. He's like, okay, I'm gonna give you another 30 to get back on your feet.
That's fucked up. A judge shouldn't do that shit. He should remain impartial.
Right, but he was talking shit to the judge, and so he may have. Like, you want to play games? Like, I mean, I could have gave you 60, I could have gave you more, but I almost want to give you 30. Because I'm the judge, I'm being nice, but you want to be a smart ass.
Yeah.
You're in my court, but again, you have to respect the court.
Yeah.
If he didn't do that, then everybody's gonna start running their mouth and all that stuff. So I think he's got to have a.
To me, I would see that as like the guy's grateful that he only got 30 days, and he's expressing that joy.
Yeah, man, 30 days ain't shit, bro. I can do that. I'm standing on my head. He's
Well,
like,
if he said it like that.
no, he's like, oh, I can do 30 days and stand on my head. He's like, all right, 30 more days to get back on your feet.
Well, in my opinion, that's a bullshit judge.
But
they shouldn't do that.
okay, but it's a bullshit criminal. You shouldn't have said respect the court.
Yeah.
Like, if there's any place in this world when you're engaged with the court system or law enforcement, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You are not in charge in that moment, no matter how badass you think you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, but unless you're in contempt, I don't feel like you should be punished for the things you say in court. Unless you say, I knew one guy who had deserved it. He told the judge to suck his 12-inch dick. He got contempt. Can't say shit like that. You can't disrespect.
Okay,
the
where you
court.
draw the line for disrespecting? But you are disrespecting the court. Oh, I can do it. I can just stand on my head.
It's
You shouldn't have said anything like, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Like, you shut the fuck up. You made a mistake because the judge didn't ask you to be there. You put yourself in that situation. So therefore, you shouldn't be disrespecting the court. And he threw you a bone by only giving you 30 days. To me, I think 30 days is not, no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not eating ass in 6 months, but 30 days is going to disrupt your life, but it's not going to make drastic changes to what's going on in your world compared to what it could be.
Yeah. And it just sucks. I mean, I feel like they're both in the wrong. Guys should have been smarter than to make a quippy comment.
Yes, but there are consequences for being stupid.
Yeah. At the same time,
if everybody in the room saw him, oh, he told that judge, and then bam, that judge then they start talking about the judge. That judge is a fucking punk. So and so came in there, so I could do 30 days standing on my head, and walked out. 30 days later.
I just see it as like, you know, the guy shouldn't disrespect the court, but also the judge is using his power against somebody who has none. So I didn't like what you say, so I'm going to really stick it to you now, which is...
I see your side. I do. But at the same time, he shouldn't have... The judge didn't bring him to that room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my... I hate to say this. I'm going to say this out loud because I was going to post on my Facebook, but... And I hate to say that I'm siding with William Barr. They had asked him, do you think there's two separate justice systems in America? And the answer is no. The problem is not the justice system. The problem is the people that are in the justice system. Because I put myself in that situation. But the judge is the one, if you can sentence me between 10 and 50 years, that's the law. It's not a separate system. The problem is that people are giving black people that 50, giving white people that 20. That's the problem, not the system. If you don't want discrepancies, only make it one.
Yeah.
Because you're allowing for opinions. You're allowing for people like you, like, oh, I can give you 30 more days for being an asshole. That's allowed because that's within his power. Like the judges aren't just, well, they're the one that took money to put kids in.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's different. He's abusing his power for that because he's taking it for money. But if you and I commit the same crime, I get 30 years and you get 10. Well, he's still well within his rights. I still committed the crime. It's shitty, but that's not a separate system. That's an individual who chooses to judge people differently. Mm-hmm. So the system is not the problem. It's the individuals within the system. If you want to change those systems, then change. If you want to to, I guess, limit those people, then put those limits in place.
Yeah.
If I can give you 25 to life, and I don't like you, you're doing life, but he seems okay. I'm gonna give you 20.
Yeah,
Don't give them those options.
Clear cut.
Is there systemic racism in America? Yes, but there's not a separate justice system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it pains me to say that out loud, but it's been like weighing on me. Like I've been thinking about it for ever since he said it. I was like, fuck. He's right though. There's not two systems. There is systemic racism that is evident by the use of the justice system, but there's only one justice system. Because you can't, if you come in here for petty theft, I can't sentence you to life no matter what color you are. I can only sentence you with what's in the bounds of the law.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. I agree.
But I don't have anything in case you nick my balls. What do you think about the AIDS? How that, like, I wouldn't give you AIDS unintentionally.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But Anderson Cooper was on CNN the other day talking about that.
AIDS?
Yeah, I can't remember it was something. Oh, it was talking about how Judge Trump.
Judge Trump has AIDS.
President Trump knowingly may have exposed people to COVID during when he went to they said his symptoms, he debated on Wednesday, but he had symptoms on Thursday. Therefore, he had to have known he had it prior to, but he won't say when he was last tested. But yet no one's condemning him, no one's getting against him because he was willingly and possibly infecting people with COVID because he's too proud. And Anderson Cooper brought it up that there's certain states that if you're HIV positive, even though there's drugs now which will prohibit you from spreading the disease, it is still a crime if you don't tell that person that you have AIDS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yet you can go and spread COVID, which is potentially lethal to some people.
Yeah. Well, he does whatever he wants. That's the
Yeah.
kind of attitude he has.
That'd be a fantastic serial killer movie. Guy with AIDS goes randomly fucks people under like a fake identity, just randomly throughout the country. Of course, it wouldn't apply this really the same today, but would have been a great '90s movie.
It could still be if you don't only have it and you don't take the medication, because now you know you'll live with it. I don't know. It would have to be.
We'd have to star Kevin Bacon.
He looks like he has something. I don't know how he became a leading man. My favorite movie though of his is Stir of Echoes.
That was a decent one, yeah, where he gets hypnotized and starts seeing.
I like the premise of that. Yeah, like you hypnotize him to have an open mind, and he starts seeing shit.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that one?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Hollow Man was decent too.
Yeah, Hollow Man 2 was dumb, but they could have done.
I didn't even bother watching the sequel. Was he in it?
No.
I was gonna say, didn't he get killed in the first?
Yes.
Yeah, Hollow Man was a great. It was original, for the most part. I don't know if there was like.
I wish they would have spent more time with him out in public.
Yeah. Like dealing shit, walking around with clothes on, but you can't see his face. That'd be a fucking fucking with people. Yeah, that would have been good. Spent too much time in the lab, but they probably had budget constraints.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they spent. Yeah, it's probably mostly green screen back then. But some movies are hard to tell the story within the confines of like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's why I like watching series better, because you can really become immersed in the story, and they can tell so much more.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Ava? It's a newer.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's legit.
I don't particularly like that actress, but I'll give it a shot. Ever since I saw Molly's Game, I was just like, ugh.
I enjoyed Molly's Game. Oh, because it's a true story. I enjoy that. I enjoy watching a movie and then going back and doing the research. I'm like, holy shit, she's amazing.
Well, like,
and of course they Hollywoodify.
Yeah, that was my problem with it. The cheese finger, because like Idris Elba's character, I remember making a huge fuss about this when she was watching the movie. He goes, "Oh yeah, all his text messages automatically download to his computer the second he plugs it in." Bullshit. It doesn't work that way. You plug your phone into your computer, it does not fucking download all your text messages to the laptop. It does not.
What about like Apple products?
They were talking about an Android device.
Oh.
And it doesn't work that way.
Well, you gotta sensationalize it a little bit.
Yeah, but
the true story is not as interesting as.
But the devil's in the details. Small things make a movie from good to great, or bad to watchable at least.
Yeah, but so I was reason I brought up Ava because at the end of the movie, it's like, man, this would have been. It was an okay movie.
She was good in Zero Dark 30, though. I will admit,
which I haven't seen, but it was an okay movie. but it would have been a dope series because there was so much that should have been added. Because from the get go, she's already an assassin.
Okay.
And John Malkovich is the handler. He recruited her and trained her.
I don't really like him in newer stuff anymore. He's kind of fallen off. He's getting really typecasted.
He did a good job in this one.
Okay.
I think he fit that role because like he's one of those people he can only be John Malkovich. He doesn't have a lot of
like being John Malkovich. He was great in.
That was fantastic.
But there was another movie. I can't remember the title of it, but he plays a guy living in South Africa with his daughter. His daughter is gang raped, and she doesn't want to file a report. And
is he like an American living in South Africa? Or is he South African? Okay.
Yeah. I think. Well, I don't exactly remember, but they're obviously kind of an outsider in the community.
Okay.
Daughter's gang raped. She doesn't want to report it, but like, it's a small town or a village, and they're going to all these get-togethers, and this guy's showing up, and then it turns out she's pregnant. It may have been only one guy that raped her, but yeah, she didn't want to say anything, and like he's going through like all this huge dilemma of like, why can't we say something? Like, and yeah, it's just his performance is really good in that movie. I wish I could remember what it was called.
I'd watch that.
It's just it's a tough one. I wouldn't watch it again just because it irks me so badly.
I liked him in Red 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean,
it plays to his quirkiness.
Yeah,
I didn't like him in Con Air.
Red was.
But it was original. It wasn't a graphic
original.
novel, wasn't it? So
Red was.
I think so.
I didn't know that. I don't know. I think it lost its, specialness after the first one. I don't care to watch it again or the second one or a third one. Because then it's just like
left alone, like Kick-Ass. You ever seen?
Kick-Ass was good.
First one was good. The second one was like, you tried too hard to.
Yeah, because they fucking don't have Nick Cage anymore.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Because Red 2 and just like things where like they're bringing all these old action stars together. It's just like, man.
Oh, so did you enjoy Red Rock West?
Mm-hmm, yeah, we both
did you
watched
watch it.
Actually, it surprisingly has a really good tomato meter.
West.
The Nick Cage movie where he's the.
Oh yeah,
right? I was like,
that was a really good movie.
Yeah, like one of them
surprised.
sleepers. I'm like, how is that not one of his main shows? When you think of him, you always go back to like Raising Arizona,
Leaving Las Vegas,
Las Vegas, Con Air, and then a few weird stuff. But you never there's not like Red Rock West is probably some of his best stuff. And you had Dennis Hopper in there, plus the Laura Flynn Boyle, and then JT, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
and we wondered
Boyle or whatever.
Yeah, the sheriff guy. Then we were like, man, he hasn't been in a lot of stuff. He was cool. He died like a year after that was done.
Oh.
From like a heart attack. I was like, shit, no wonder we haven't heard of him. Because he was like that same guy who played that cool badass in certain films, and he just disappeared. And come to find he died of a heart attack.
Wow.
And so, but yeah, it was like, it was Sleeper. And I had to hunt for that damn thing. I've tried to download it. It's nowhere. Same way, did you watch 1900 that I uploaded?
No.
Oh.
Because it's in 720.
Is it the war movie? No, it's
No, it's the Legend of 1900.
I'm gonna watch it. But I'll probably download an HD copy.
I don't think you can. Like it's not one of those. It hasn't been around like that. It was. If you can find it, cool. Upload it, but don't be a fucking douche.
If I can't find it, I will watch it.
I'm sharing art with you.
I understand that,
so anyway,
and I wanted to watch it based on what you said, but I'm a quality snob.
Premise is New Year's early, they're on a cruise ship. Is where it starts, and it begins with the night of New Year's Eve. So after midnight, one of the ship guys that keep the boiler going to work in the bowels of the ship comes up to get wine and people the stuff that rich people left over. Grabs a cigar. Well, he finds a baby, like a little white baby, in a lemon box sitting on the piano in the grand ballroom, and no one's around there. So he takes the baby and raises the baby. The baby grows up, but he's never left the ship. He's only seen the world through this cruise ship back and forth. And because he has no birth certificate or anything, he really can't because he doesn't exist on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And so he grows up on the ship, and it's just basically it's his life of he's only seen the world through the people on the boat and stuff like that. And eventually, it's pretty badass. It's called The Legend of 1900.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a 1080 copy. I can send it back to you if you want.
No, I don't care. It's a good enough movie where 720 is perfectly fine for me. Some movies doesn't matter. You can watch it in whatever. It's the quality of the film that matters. It's not a big blockbuster. There's not Transformers or.
No, I'm just saying like the sometimes like watching it and like seeing like pixelation or like a fuzzy picture, it just takes me out of the story because it's just like I'm not seeing it the way the filmmaker saw it.
Then you're watching movies for the wrong reasons, man.
Is there a wrong reason to watch movies?
Yeah, for the art.
Yeah, I'm watching it for the art, but it's got to be the way they intended for you to see it. Because I guarantee you, when it played on film on the big screen, it wasn't like pixelated and fuzzy.
No, I agree.
That's all.
But it's a period piece.
No,
so the graininess and the pixelation of the birds should actually pull you in.
Oh yeah, I have no problem like with film grain. I mean, obviously if they shoot it on film, there's going to be grain. I don't mind that. I just like a sharp picture. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, no offense to you at all.
No, you've been bougie the whole time I've known you. So if I was to judge you now, it'd be on me.
Short for bourgeois.
Mm-hmm. Bourgeoisie. Uppity.
Uppity. Hey now, if I were to call you uppity, that would be racist. Can't call black people uppity these days.
How is that racist?
I don't know. That's what Oprah said. I'm quoting Oprah. Don't blame me.
Oprah's not one of us.
She's not?
Oprah didn't become a millionaire of black people.
But Michael Jackson was?
A billionaire.
Michael Jackson was a part of you?
What?
Michael Jackson? You'll claim Michael Jackson, but not Oprah?
Michael Jackson never turned his back on the black community. He did black music his whole career.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about his stance with the black community, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, he still created black music. It's not like he was a country singer.
like Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Is he the one that sings
Country Road or whatever?
The first time and you're not gonna be able to unhear this, but it sounded like he took his horse down the Old Town Road to fuck it. But when I first heard it, was I took my horse to the hotel room. I'm gonna ride to the I thought he said hotel room.
Oh.
I was like, why would you take your horse to the hotel room? And then once you hear that, and I know that's Old Town Road, but next time you hear the song, he says hotel room.
Yeah, well, you know, Lil Nas X is also bisexual, right?
Why does that matter to the public? Why do I need to know what he's putting where and who?
I don't know.
I also had that conversation with the same person that said about the LGBT trans community. I think, again, I have no problem with be who you are. Like if you want to be non-binary, tertiary, I don't care what you want to be. Be who you are.
Tertiary.
Only who you are. But when I first met you, I didn't care what your sexuality was.
Even if I was fucking horses.
That's not my business. Why should I know that you're fucking horses? That's what I'm talking about.
It's against the law, though.
But that's on you.
But if I were to tell you I was fucking horses, would you report me?
I would have to see video, because if the horse the whole time, if the horse,
I have to see it. I have to see proof.
If the horse, and I walk up on, you know, I'm going to cow tip or something like that, and I creep up in the woods, and I hear a horse.
There's like tears coming out of his eyes.
And I look over, and the horse just.
Damn, you guys must think I have something huge swinging down there if you think I can punish a horse.
You be doing anal. Anyway,
they say shit's the size of my forearm.
Hey, bro, it's not the size that counts; it's what you do with it.
Motion of the ocean, baby.
Don't sell yourself short.
Okay.
And so, if that horse got this big shit-eating grin, and he just looks so happy, or she, I guess I shouldn't imply that it was a he. But I imagine if you're going to put your penis in a horse, it would be a male, because the male has never been penetrated by another male. So therefore, he wouldn't have anything to judge you up against.
Do you think horses rape?
Yeah. All male species rape.
Even dogs.
Yeah, she doesn't want it.
If I bend down, there was a dog that,
Oh,
you know.
Jesus, honey, you fucked a dog?
Hey, she was young. It was a phase in college. But if you ever...
Yeah, and horses.
You ever had a cat? You ever had a cat that you didn't eat?
I've never fucked a cat. Obviously, we're going...
No. Hear me out. If you've had a cat, you ever been around a cat in heat? And they're putting their ass all up in your face. But then as soon as a male comes on and tries to fuck her, she loses her shit. She wants to give it to you, but she wants to give it to you on her terms. And as soon as that fucking tomcat pounces, they freak the fuck out until penetration.
I've heard cats mate before. It's
up
scary.
until he penetrates, it's rape to her. Because she wants to give it to Steve, but she don't want to give it to whoever the fuck just climbed the fence.
So is it still rape if you let the horse fuck you? Because technically, it's kind of like fucking a disabled person.
Okay, but were you walking around and all of a sudden he got hit in the back of the head by a horse, and all of a sudden he's just going?
I saw this video like years and years ago.
What was the quality though? Because if you won't watch it in 1080, I don't want to hear this conversation.
Okay, touche. The quality was it was shit. It was probably filmed on some like really ancient
heavy-set white girl up against the fence.
Yes,
and he's like,
yes! Oh my God, you've seen it?
Yeah. I'm like,
holy shit!
Have you seen it? There's no way she's enjoying it.
I've only seen
because she's bent over something, and there's like a blanket on her back. And the horse just mounts her. She's butt naked. And the horse is thrusting. And she's
all the way in. Yeah, like fucking 18 inches.
Oh, God. That's heavy.
Yeah, that's funny that you brought that up. And I've seen it. Because as soon as you started talking about it, I wonder if it's the same video.
Yes.
Because it's the only one I've ever seen. And yeah, that was rape. She probably bled out soon after.
Yeah, there was definitely some internal damage.
Because my thing, there's no, or it was anal. But even then, it's not curving around the sigmoid like it should. Yeah, like it does not.
I felt like she could
you after because it does not look comfortable.
I feel like she could have if she was really hating it, she could have wriggled out of there. I mean, right?
Yeah, but obviously it was planned because but I don't know. That's a horse.
Yeah,
that's not like.
It's like
that's a grown ass horse, and you've committed, and there's no way he's gonna I'm getting some white girl. There's no he's been his whole life he's been getting rid by a white girl. He's like, it's my turn.
Damn, is that what you felt like?
Somebody come get her, huh? What's that?
I said, is that what you felt like?
Yeah.
Why you gotta look at me like that?
I want to find that. We gotta see if we can find that video. We'll post that on the website if we can find that. Because Jenny needs to watch it. Because that's funny. Yeah, like that. There's nothing exciting, fun, or entertaining about that video because you're thinking, oh my God, she's probably dead.
I've seen a woman get fucked by a horse before
in person.
No, of course not.
I didn't know you were like.
Is that something you looked up or you stumbled across?
I just stumbled across
Two girls,
it.
1 cup.
Yeah, so I used to go visit this website called that'sfucked.com, fucked with a PH, and it's all
chopped.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like a constant feed of gore, grossness, bestiality, BME Pain Olympics. Shit like that. Which is the BME Pain Olympics.
What's BME?
I don't know. But the BME
Bob
Pain
Movement Entertainment?
No, but BME Pain Olympics is a compilation of guys chopping off their own dicks.
Oh no.
Yeah, like one guy chopped off his own dick and then started putting cigarettes out on the stub.
How much would it take?
Not all the money in the world, brother. For me to cut off my own penis and then put cigarettes out of it?
No, you don't gotta put cigarettes out. Just chop it off.
No, because I wouldn't be able to enjoy life.
Anything you do after you've chopped it off is really fucking irrelevant. Because you said
I might find peace in life, as a eunuch.
His dick off and ate it like a sausage. I don't care what he did with it. The fact that he could cut it off. Like what's the movie? Oh, Jack Reacher, and he was like, bite your finger off. Because he fucked up. Have you seen the first Jack?
Yeah.
And he tells the guy that
bite it off or die, pretty much.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't. And he pulls off his glove, and his fingers are fucking like his hands on. Like
when I was in a Siberian prison camp, it's funny.
Could you imagine trying to bite your own fucking finger off?
I would have to be really well motivated. Like them just telling me calmly, like, yeah, bite it off, or I'm gonna shoot you. That's not enough. They need to have a gun in my face, like, bite that fucking shit off, or I'm gonna fucking kill you right now, motherfucker. You're gonna fucking die, bitch. They would have to, and then they would have to start beating me. Like they would have to really,
bro. We just had one finger. You're fucking all over the wrist.
They would have to really instill fear in me to accomplish that. Because if they're just like speaking calmly, I'd be like, well, you see.
I don't know. I think before that situation arrived, you'd probably be terrified.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like to think that if I could put a bullet in my head, 4 minutes of pain versus
an eternity of.
Because there's no guarantee that as soon as you bite, your finger off, you're gonna walk away.
Well, you have to put in the effort at least.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm out. Pop me in. That's 4 minutes. I can ride this out.
Okay, so if my life's on the line, it says I'm gonna kill Steve, bite your finger off. and you'll save his life. You let me die.
Sorry, bro.
Damn.
What did you do? First of all, okay, what did you do? Because it comes down to, because like it's one of those situations. I've been thinking about stuff like this a lot because we're on the cusp. No, I think we're on the cusp of a civil war, and you gotta kill us all. Because it's not gonna be like the last Civil War, where we're fighting for our freedom and we lost, but we're still free. So it's one of those situations. If it comes down, you're worse than me. They're gonna kill you first. If a civil war breaks out and you're caught with me, you're fucked. I was already fucked when the time the war broke out in the first place. But you either gotta kill me or stop being friends with me. So it comes down to the situation, what could you have done to put us both in a situation where I had to bite my finger off to save your life?
So Jenny gets kidnapped. They want a ransom. I can't pay.
I'm like, first of all, Jenny tried to shave my balls for money. I was just asking for
I can't pay, so they take me as ransom and they say, who's gonna pay? And I say, Dr. Chada, he'll get me out of this. And then they renege on the deal and say, you know what, fuck it. I want to see him bite his finger off. Fuck the money.
No, because you threw me under the fucking bus and put me in that situation because of Jenny. I don't even know her like that. So it's one of those situations. If you get kidnapped, you're fucking on your own. You wouldn't even call your parents to be on our podcast. So don't be bringing that shit to my house because you can't take care of your woman.
Okay.
I don't even know if my parents would
nothing personal
put forward a ransom for me.
But why she be? You gotta think there's something because you. Of course, I would care if something happened. I'd do everything within my power to remedy the situation. But I'm also a realist. Because if I bit my finger off because she stole John Wick's car, no, you shouldn't have. It really comes down to the situation.
Okay. I'm
willing to make sacrifices and take care of people that I care about. But what did you do to put me in that situation? Because it's unfair to you to be like, oh, well, our chest got me. Why? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I'm going to judge you. And it comes down to, well, did you deserve what it was? If you're in a situation where I can get you out of it because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, yeah.
Okay.
But there's only certain, I don't know. I'm going to put conditions on that.
All right. Okay.
Because if I'm walking around with no fucking finger.
And then they shoot me anyway. Then you're really going to be bummed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have no idea where Jenny is.
Then you have like this permanent reminder of the time your friend got murdered.
Yeah. I got 9 fingers and hairy balls.
It's my favorite butthole finger.
No. I'm not biting that one off. I know where it's been.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah, I guess.
But the pain.
Gotta get a prostate massager after that.
Could you imagine? Because you ever poked yourself with a bread tie?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to chew through tendon and nerve and.
Yeah, I would go to the joint. But at the same time, these are terminal nerves. That's why they hurt like that. You cut yourself here. It's like, oh, no big deal. You get a hangnail, like fuck, fuck, for the rest of the goddamn day. Oh my god, I cut it off. Yes. You ever had to pull your fucking fingernail or toenail off because you damaged it? Yeah. It's excruciating compared to any other injury in your life. Because these are terminal nerves. They're at the end. So you're getting the full brunt of that receptors coming back to you. It's the pain that I'm worried about. No, losing a finger, no big deal. Now if they let me chop it off, that'd be different.
Okay. All right.
Easier.
Yeah.
But
chewing is
off,
brutal. Because we don't really have. I mean, we do have predator teeth, but not like
crushers. They aren't scissors.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think I can generate enough power if my front teeth are sharp, but I don't think you can generate enough power.
Yeah, you'd have to go like right here.
Yeah.
And really you'd have to twist and give it the old death roll.
And then I don't know if you're just joking.
Or you could borrow like
the whole time like you jump out, I was just joking.
Maybe you could borrow like Lil Jon's grill and use that and like sharpen it.
Maybe.
That might work.
It's gotta be high. But what did Jenny do though? We gotta hunt that back because
I was going to my car in the middle of the night, and then somebody took me.
Yeah, and then we're living in Ecuador though. That's why.
First of all, I'm never gonna live in a third world country on purpose. So you're on.
They'll do it over Zoom. Maybe you could develop a prosthetic.
You're gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna bite my finger off and zoom.
Yeah.
No, because there's no guarantee in that situation. There's no guarantee they're gonna let you go. We need
That's the United States government.
Yeah, we would need proof of life that she's still alive. But one of you would have to be in country for that to happen.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I'll bite my finger off you though.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Because he won't shave my balls for any price.
Speaking of boots in the back, there was a time when we encountered a woman who wanted Jenny to wear cowboy boots and walk on her face.
She wanted me to trample her.
Okay, first of all, let's rewind. Let's rewind. Were you looking for something like that?
No,
or did
no.
you stumble upon that? Because how did that situation come to be?
She wanted.
It feels like
she wanted it.
I feel like this should be a conversation off the air. Because now I'm really fucking curious. Between the silicone lube conversation and this conversation, I'm starting to put some things together that I'm really fucking curious about that I'm not sure you want to share on the air. So, what led to that situation? Were you just like
a lot of wine?
So you were hanging out with this individual? How did you? I'm saying,
No.
how did you come to be in that situation?
We were looking for it.
Yeah.
Another person.
To stomp on her face.
A third person. No,
Okay.
we didn't want to stomp on her
You
face.
were looking for a menage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you searching for male or female? Just in general? Or what was the...
Female.
Okay. Was this for Steve or was this for you?
We just never had it.
Has it happened yet?
Threesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, several times.
Oh, okay. So it's out of your system. Never once thought to ask us, huh?
Oh, I don't want to like mixing.
I said, huh.
It's like there's inner Trump in you coming out right now. No, I just
It hurts my feelings. I'm really upset. Like, my best friend on the planet, her daughter is married to, her daughter's white, married to a black woman, and they had a child together, but the child was surrogated, and I was offended that they didn't ask me. Not that I would have said, I would have said yes, because that's the ultimate gift. But I'm really kind of offended. Like, it doesn't come in passing. So anyway, you're looking for this girl. She showed up.
Yeah. She showed up. She was a mature woman.
I figured.
A cougar. I wouldn't.
Cougars don't wear boots.
Wouldn't say she's good looking.
Cowboy boots.
Okay.
Cowboy boots.
Was she wearing the boots?
No, she said she was going to buy us some.
She was more into me than she was with him, and that really turned me off. She wanted to cuddle with me, and I told her to leave. Because Steven wouldn't. Steven felt bad.
Yeah, first of all, she traveled like an hour.
Yeah, Steve's a dude.
She traveled for like an hour. We all got really drunk.
This happened when Whitney Houston died.
Yeah, the
same day.
So you were listening, oh, I love you, and crying, and she just want to cuddle with you.
So, and then she gets really drunk, and she's like, yeah, tomorrow I have my interview and drug test for my dental hygienist position. And then after she gets drunk, I start smoking weed. She goes, let me hit that. So, don't you have to think? She goes, I'll be fine. And then so she obviously did not pass the drug test.
She traveled an hour.
Oh yeah, so you traveled like an hour.
You posted an ad, or she posted? You answered an ad.
I don't recall.
We posted an ad. She responded.
So she got really drunk, and I think she had it in the idea that she was going to stay there. And I didn't really know what to tell her because I didn't want to make her drive home in that state. Because she was extremely inebriated.
Which you provided, yeah?
The alcohol? Yeah.
Okay. So,
but Jenny was like, no, you have to leave.
Right, but it's not out of the question that she's coming to engage in sexual activity that she spent the night. That's not, I mean, she drove an hour. That seems kind of rude.
To not let her, she
traveled an hour.
Yeah, but I was just sickened by her affection towards me.
Yeah, that's awkward.
And then, she's like, you're not going to let her do this, are you? I was like, I can't do that.
So where'd the boot stomping come in?
I don't remember at what point, but she's like, I want to get you some cowboy boots so you can stomp on my face.
She had a mouthful of wine, and she spit it in my private area, and it stung like hell. After that, I was like, no way, you're not staying here. She wanted to cuddle with me. She wanted us to swap. Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Sounds terrible.
Just a lot of guidance, and we were just so young, you know?
Yeah.
It's too much guidance.
And she had like these really bad like portrait tattoos of like this really ugly looking black baby on her face, on her arm. I mean, not her face.
Couldn't just been an ugly baby.
It was her baby.
Was she white?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she had a black baby daddy. So it was a black baby. I'm not just like saying like, that looks like a black baby.
Who just does that? It's so random.
Yeah, no.
She had like a black baby next to her swastika. The baby was swinging from a swastika type swing set.
Yeah.
Wearing cowboy boots.
That's a great tattoo.
Right?
That'd be kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Like a black baby like riding a unicorn with like a Nazi Confederate flag.
Yeah. Or a black ninja throwing Nazi ninja stars.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Swastikas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like shaped just like a swastika. It'd be deadly as fuck with them. Couldn't throw a real one. I just had to change the shape of ergonomic, but didn't know it was a racist symbol. That'd be a cool graphic novel or like a little one-off cartoon.
What was that? What's that movie called? Like Afro Man or whatever, or Ladies Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame the wang.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. That was
interesting.
It was just awkward. Really, it was awkward. But once you get there, you gotta commit.
So you kicked her home, or she kicked her home? Did you kick her to the curb? She go home?
Yeah. I never heard from her again. Thank God. Oof, that would have been really awkward.
But what did we learn? Wine burns. That's it, guys. Don't spit wine.
Have you
vaginas.
ever had wine spit onto your genitals?
No, I've never had anything spit out of my genitals.
It burns.
If you're going down there, you can spit and shit. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. I don't want to see it.
It was so gross.
Why? That's so out there.
So yeah, no older women. That's checked off the list. Never gonna happen again.
Even the ones that were our age,
How many times does this happen now?
I found them to be disgusting.
What's our number? Curious.
I want to say 3 or 4.
Okay. Well, even the ones like, how many years? Pretty decent.
They were all bad experiences for me. It really turned me off to women.
It's aggressive, or what do you think?
The first one was really aggressive because she was a cougar and she was more into women than she was into men. And I was doing it solely for him because he had never experienced it. So whatever. So the second one, we didn't know. We were drunk and she was on her period. She didn't tell us. There was no word about it. I was so disgusted.
Man, you either get red wine spit in yours or red stuff's leaking out of another one.
Well, to be fair, she did suck her own blood off my dick. Then she puked and went home.
Oh, God.
So did she not know?
She did, but I was
like,
so
shit. I was pretend that they don't know.
I was so drunk.
It was
that
dark.
I forgot. Yeah, I was so drunk that I forgot that she was on her period. I was like, yeah, come suck it, and then
she forgot too.
Apparently, and then that was the end of that. Good Lord.
And the third one
I don't like
stunk.
recollecting it, honestly. It's slightly traumatic.
Man, I'm sorry, guys.
Third one stunk.
Yeah, I don't recall that. I was also really drunk.
Smelled that odor on me.
All very drunk for all of us.
Yeah, it's a very distinct funk.
Yeah.
I've experienced it twice in my life.
Well,
Freak.
you live and you learn.
Yeah, I was both a teenager both times. The first time was I lost my virginity. No, I didn't care. I just assumed that's all they all smelled. Because you always hear those stories. Oh, they smell like fish and all this. I guess it's acquired taste. And she was 18, I was 14, and aside from her being an obvious rapist, we're best with a 14-year-old. It was funky, but I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
She just likes the.
And then
she likes me young.
The second time, we had known each other for a while, so she wasn't 18 when we met. She was.
Some people like that.
But again, 18 back then it's a different than if you're 75 and one's 14.
Yeah.
I think within reason. I think once you cross over at 19, you gotta go the other direction. At that point, you're You're out of high school because you can still be in high school. With you can be 18 and a senior and a 14 and be a freshman. So that's your same social circles. So that I don't see that the same.
Right.
I think your parents need to be aware of it, which my parents were. They actually asked my parents for permission.
She
to
asked
fuck
your
you?
parents?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, I'm a pretty dude. You just don't like me.
Well, no, it's weird that.
We're a big deal in the right circles.
Can I fuck your 14-year-old son?
I don't think it went down like that. That'd have been awkward.
Yeah.
And I doubt she dropped my age.
Yeah, she's
But-
probably like, yeah, but me first.
Well, your son's getting kind of that age. I wonder if he's got some pubes. I'll find out for you. For a price.
Oh, I meant like your dad would have fucked her first.
Oh.
And then
She asked my mom.
Oh. I was telling you your dad.
No, that's awkward. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I fuck your son?
Why the British accent?
I don't know.
Like,
Because
Was she
Oliver
British?
fucking Twist or something.
No, that's what made me think of Oliver. Excuse me. Can I have some more? Was it some more
Porridge.
porridge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, sir. I just assume you'd beg for this.
I think you'd be gay
I would like to think.
if your dad did her first.
Yeah. Well, I always had that running joke that
Have you and your dad ever fucked the same woman before?
no, that'd be awkward.
Yes, it would. Especially if it was your mom.
No.
Sorry,
Family
I don't mean
affair.
to. I don't mean to insult your dead mother. I'm sorry.
And my dead father.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Come on, like, jeez.
Oh, sorry. That cuts deep. I apologize.
Wow.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Man,
Yeah, shame on me. That was evil.
you're definitely getting hate mail now. If we ever have it, if we're ever gonna get hate
I'm
mail,
gonna get
this is
like
the one.
I'm like a rapist supporting racist,
Yeah,
incestuous bestiality. I'll get it from all sides.
yeah. There's no way around.
I'll get it from the white supremacists for hanging out with a black guy. I'll get it from the black people for saying slightly racist things. I'll get it from animal rights activists. I'll get it from.
And I'm sure there's a menstrual group.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done from all sides.
That's the nectar of life.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you'll see me strung up from a giant cross with
And you hate it
dirty
on-
tampons stuck in my
Yeah.
mouth and a horse dick up my ass.
You hate it on cougars because they like cowboy boots and spitting wine.
Not all of them.
That's so crazy. I've never had crazy stories like that.
I would have liked new cowboy boots.
Yeah. He consider like
They're
what's the
expensive.
trade-off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta.
I guess
you
I could have. I
Gotta
could
pick
have
and-
trampled her.
gotta pick and choose, I guess.
That could have turned into something lucrative. You never know.
I
Yeah,
don't
she
think-
could have been your sugar mama, honey.
For some
She
boots.
didn't even have a job at the time that she was.
Oh yeah, because she was trying to. Well, she didn't have a job after because she got her highs the day
Yeah.
before the UA, and she wasn't well rested. You let her sleep because you didn't want to fucking cuddle.
I'm just
You're a
telling
selfish
you.
individual. You peel
She
back the
could have
layers.
gotten a room there.
She's a grown woman. She could accept the the risks.
See,
and
that's the thing. Were
Consequences.
you living where you live now?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, you
Right.
always get a room.
Yeah.
Always get a room.
Oh, yeah.
Now, because I remember we haven't talked about like the live link store, but I'm thinking, man, there's no way in hell now. Like if I was to go back into the dating pool, that I would go to someone's house at night to have sex. But how else are you gonna meet somebody other than the internet nowadays? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I'm not gonna meet you at the bar. I don't work. I work for myself, so I'm not in like as I work. Cool. I can't date my patients. I'm screwed.
Yeah, that's why they have Tinder and.
Yeah, but when I was younger, I would go into a woman's house, and not at any moment, she could have had a
They still have
Great.
live links. You could
right, but
bring that back.
they still do. We should actually call one, and we should get the free code and go through the
Yeah.
process on the show. Let's do that next week.
I remember I looked that up. They don't do
Oh,
free
we
code.
should.
They
That
don't
would be
do-
so fun.
Oh, we can do it because
Yeah.
women can do it for free, and we'll log
Oh,
in and
yeah.
Jenny, and it was my god, we're doing
Yeah.
that. We'll do that next week.
Set her up
an
a,
account. Yeah,
a
we'll go through
voicemail and then
we'll go through the whole process.
check her messages.
Yeah, and we'll go through and talk to dudes and see if we can get. Oh, give me a call, and then we'll try to get a dude to call.
Oh yeah, you could call and be like, "Hello, you've been speaking to my wife."
Who this? Yeah. We're doing it. We're fucking doing that next week. Oh my god, that'll be great.
Yeah, have her say, "Can you call me?" And then you answer, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah. I just said hello. Is they're gonna hang up right away.
Yeah, because I know that if I called a woman who I'd never talked to before, I pick up, and it's a dude.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I just got catfished. Yoink.
Hello.
Yeah, we're definitely doing. Oh, that could be our fucking regular. We could do that regular as a show.
We should. That would be great.
As a call.
It would be like one of those prank call things.
Yeah.
You know, those are always fun to watch.
And then, what would you do to me if you came over? And just because we can mute the mics so they can't hear us. And yeah, we can have a good time with that.
Yeah. That's not like against any kind of like.
And then at some point, I'll pick up as if I'm picking up, who is this? Or we need to try to get a thing like we're picking up. Yo, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and order a pizza. Like I pick up the phone for another room and I'll dial it, toot toot toot, and you wait. That doesn't happen anymore because most people don't have home phones.
I wonder.
Or you could pick up the phone and be like, "Who's this talking to my daughter? She's only 10 years old, right? Why are you not in bed?" Yeah.
But Dad,
are you talking to Craig from the golf course again?
All right, that's definitely next week. So we'll do a sex therapist, and then we'll do. Hopefully, she comes next week.
Not allowed to talk to golf pros anymore.
We're at 2.5 hours. Dang.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Live links exists. It exists.
I'm telling you, I got some crazy. Oh, you weren't around when we were talking about that. That was when before we had guests. We would talk about. And I'll tell you some stories.
Today would have been a good day to talk about your grandpa's book.
Yeah.
I totally spaced it.
Sorry. I thought about it, and I thought I had a couple other things to write down, but then once we started talking, it goes off, and I totally forget what I was gonna ask. I even have but also they start as like one-liners.
Yeah, horse fucking it always really kind of wipes the slate clean in terms of thought. Yeah, just that grunting, that pained, that it's seared into my memory. That woman just
because as soon as you start talking, you ever watch the woman getting that? It popped like boom, vivid. I could draw her up in the lineup. That image.
God, I know.
I'm telling you, it's
like in a grainy. She's like hunched over this little fence in a barn. Mm-hmm. Oh,
she's got like a burlap, something latched over her so that the horse doesn't like scrape her.
It's probably like a saddle guard
or something. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so fucking vivid in my mind. And she's pasty white.
That's
and the horse
crazy.
gives zero fucks. I mean, good for him because he's got that story to tell.
The horse?
Yeah.
Or the guy filming it?
Both. The guy rides off on the horse and go tell his friends.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, how many?
You'll never guess what Seabiscuit just did, guys.
Because you look at, out of the history of man, how many horses could say they had a white girl?
I think you'd be surprised.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about here in America or in Mexico?
I'm talking about. I'm saying white. That's why I said white girl specifically, not a woman. Because everybody's seen those donkey videos.
Yeah.
If you're fucking a horse and you're a female, I don't think you would want to tell anybody about that. That's like one of those buried secrets that you bring with you to the grave.
Like bestiality, I've seen women giving dogs blowjobs and stuff like that because the internet's there. I wasn't looking for it. Don't remember how I got there, but I'm glad those sites don't exist anymore. Because once upon a time, you could find anything on the internet.
I'm gonna see if that's Phuc just still up.
But then it was weird because you think, oh, is something wrong with me? No, because I've never looked up pedophilia, so there's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, okay. That could have gone one of two ways.
I wanted to clear that up because at no point do I want to see that. I'm sure the bestiality thing. I'm sure I stumbled upon it. Oh, it may have been incorporated with other stuff, and I clicked on it.
Yeah. Is it a .org?
Of course, it's an organization. Bestiality is an organization.
I think the site is gone.
Aw.
Well, damn.
The one you were talking about?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's Phuc.com. It doesn't load.
I'm sure
it might be down, but
been brought up on charges.
I haven't been to that site in probably since I was like 19, 18. The most recent. I think I stumbled upon it when I was like 15 or something. And I just started watching like
what's funny
decapitation videos.
We're gonna have a few listeners like, yeah, I got something in common with Steve. Steve.
I saw like this Russian military video. This guy, he's like they're in a field somewhere or something, and there's a boot on his head, and all of a sudden this big fucking Bowie knife comes down, and just stabs him through the side this way, and starts sawing out that way.
Ugh.
straight through his throat. And the sound, I remember, was like...
And you wonder if that's real.
Dude, it was fucking real.
You think so?
There's no Hollywood budget that could have made it look that good.
We should try.
And yeah,
How realistic can we make a kill scene look?
we would have to have like your head coming out of like a fake table and then like give you a prosthetic neck, and for that to look right, you're gonna have to.
We can green screen. I have that green screen suit. We can get around a lot of it. Well, we can kill somebody for real and then superimpose my face on there.
Yeah, that'd probably be the easiest way.
I agree. It's green screen. I mean, it makes it so much easier now.
Yeah, exactly.
We can do, and we'll shoot it black and white. Though we got to worry about the color match. We can kill pretty much any color.
Then you're like, damn, Steve, I got a sore throat.
All right.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad that it's not around.
240. That's good.
Because they had this one video of a guy squatting on like a jam jar or something, a jelly jar. And so it was open side facing down. He takes it up his ass. He's squatting over it and he slides down on it until it gets all the way to the bottom, to the mouth of the jar, and it implodes on itself under the pressure of his asshole.
Mm.
And then all this blood starts running out of his ass, and you can hear like the glass like scrunching together,
Right.
and he starts like trying to dig it out, and you can hear all the glass making noise. You can hear the blood kind of splattering on the floor. Not once did you hear that guy ever groan or moan or express any type of discomfort.
You know why? It was the jam. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. I am that creative, people. That was my jam. Let's end on that.
That was a good one.
Thank you. We're out. Say goodbye, Jenny.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Steve.
Bye.